for Team NIGMA, and we have GH talking about that. I'm going to say they're coming in here as the favorite. So I'm curious, Brian, what do you think Tundra needs to focus on to get a win here today?
Old ILTW moving to the carry roll or coming in the carry roll. You got Miracle back to mid, and he's looking fresh and he's looking good. And that means on the other side, we have to have some 6 showing from 9 today.
Yeah, I think we do have to have some 6 showing from 9 today. We definitely have at least a showing from 9 today, as we sat down with him earlier.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Has been there for Tundra already from the season start, and I don't even mean the season 2 start, I mean season 1 start. We're going to find out how much they've grown here in their final series, though, as we have the draft in front of us. Brian, Cap, I would like to hear your thoughts on what we are expecting for this series.
Haircut.
And the road of growth definitely has been there for Tundra already from the season start, and I don't even mean the season 2 start, I mean season 1 start.
He messes around with his hair a lot in the draft, so I don't know if that is
we have the draft in front of us. Brian, Cap, I would like to hear your thoughts on what we are expecting for this series.
Haircut for
maybe a little bit of a brush at least.
Yes, a grooming of sorts.
We do know that Skeeter, he messes around with his hair a lot in the draft, so I don't know if that is a sign, like if he touches his hair more,
he's already stressing out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
One of the things that I feel like Tundra, one of their most successful drafts is when they have big team fighters. So these Tidehunters, Enigmas. I was actually very disappointed that they did not opt for either Phoenix or Enigma in their series against Alliance, because I felt like that was a combination of your strength and a potential weakness of Alliance is percentage-based damage.
Yes.
So I'm still looking for that on Tundra's side, and then a link between the two of them is a predilection for harder carries, right? Terrorblades, Medusas, like those kind of heroes both sides actually do like picking up.
Now that's fascinating. Going with the duo
10
support
seconds
opening.
remaining.
Unless there's some miracle Willow, I'm not
5 seconds
knowledgeable
remaining.
about here.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I perked up because I thought he was playing it in his post, but I think it's Thompson.
Yeah, I think it's
instead.
Thompson. That sounds more like Thompson's alley. Usually don't reveal your two supports because at the competitive
Dire
level,
team
the
back.
supports do tell you a lot about the pace of the early game, as well as it tells you enough information about both lanes that you can often draft pretty strong lane duos against at least the support, which makes it really difficult to compensate for with the respective core picks. But
10 seconds
Willow
remaining.
Warlock, that is a metric crap ton of team fight.
5 seconds
Yeah, if you
remaining.
look at the tie between the two, Dispel is really good against both of those, right? Because
Very
there's Crowned and then Fatal Bonds
team back.
is really important to Dispel. So this Tidehunter pickup fits into what we were talking about before. Big team fight that also does well against these supports. One of the, I will say, one of the upsides of first twoing your supports in this current meta is that 4 positions
10
and
seconds
roaming
remaining.
supports in general don't seem to be that impactful,
5
right?
seconds
It just
remaining.
doesn't feel like you can put that much pressure on many of the mid laners right now, in part because of this bottle water rune spam. And then on top of that, like half the time past 4 minutes, they're spending time hitting easy camp creeps, or maybe they're stacking their own triangle and farming that. Like, it just feels like it's kind of hard to know what they're doing and to gank them.
That is true. I will say the supports are pretty much lane babysitters for the first maybe 4 minutes. Usually they'll check that water rune because at that point most offlaners are pretty
Radiant
self-sufficient, at least for a
team
group
back.
wave or two. Warlock, I love this hero this patch. I think he's fallen out of favor, though, a lot more than I would have expected. Maybe in favor of the AAs of the world that are now getting even first-round ban. That hero was pretty much not a thing 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just such a stable lane
10
support,
seconds
gives you team
remaining.
fight, a lot of really
Dire
cool Fatal
team
Bonds
back.
combos that you can really plug in from any role. You can do like the Gyrocopter in the carry role, which they ban out. You can do even like Venomancers in the off lane if you're feeling cute. It's just any spread damage works out really well with it.
Yeah, I think the part of the reason Ancient Apparition is more viable
10
than
seconds
Warlock
remaining.
right now is the speed that you can play with Ancient Apparition, right? It feels like you
5
put Ancient
seconds
Apparition
remaining.
with, say, like last game, support Tiny, or any
Radiant
other kind of
team
like
back.
mid laner that runs around, then your Ice Vortex plus your Cold Feet actually have real potential to help ganks actually work, whereas Warlock doesn't provide that same kind of presence. It's really hard to use Fatal Bonds in a ganking scenario, and Shadow Word very oftentimes, at the
10
levels that you're at,
seconds remaining.
2 levels of Shadow Word most of the time, maybe
Take that.
a low level of
5
upheaval, it
seconds
doesn't really do
remaining.
that much. So,
Very
which
passive
means
hero.
you're entirely team fight dependent and also cooldown dependent. And it has proven to be a decently fast meta. Yeah, big team fights are still really important, but you also want to be able to constantly have some sort of offense available.
So they are forced to pick first, NIGMA, coming in the second round. You wait to reveal your cores, and I'm kind of gonna hopefully find out why. You know, what's the idea? You see the Tide, does that mean you immediately
Radiant
third pick your
team
carry with
pick.
something like the
Dire
Jug?
team pick.
That's just stable?
That's
do they
a
do?
Juggernaut. That seems.
Is that what they did?
I heard that.
Nice. Okay, so they do immediately reveal the counter core to the most likely 3-position hero of Tundra. I know they've occasionally ran
10
5
seconds
Tide.
remaining.
Maybe they like the mag with it too. I don't know. I feel like it's
Mag Willow
5
is a lane.
seconds remaining.
Absolutely.
yeah, a mag jug with the power is always nice.
Yeah, Jug definitely an ILTW special. I think giving a carry player when he's newer to a team, comfort heroes as well as heroes with a little bit of forgiving spells, in this case the spin to survive, it just makes this transition smoother, I think, when you're coming onto a new team as a carry.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to just almost pub passion, just focus on your own game.
Yeah.
Right. I do quite like Mag right now. He's so good with so many of these 4 positions. Dark Willow, Lina, the repositioning of Shockwave works so well. I have personally played with and against the
Radiant
Dark Willow
team pick.
mag combo, and it's so annoying. You Brambles gets thrown down. If it's freely thrown and you end up in one of those Brambles, then you are shockwave back into another set of Brambles. It just sucks.
How do you compare him to the Centaur? Like, on the offline, if you had to choose in this lineup, would you prefer Mag over Centaur?
10 seconds
Centaur's still in, right?
I would strongly consider Centaur because they picked a Baden, which
seconds
likely means
remaining.
they're going for something like a Drow in the carry role. We talked about Cap talked about the importance of dispels, so it makes sense why they would have Tide offlane, but also a 5 position of Baden in order to not only protect itself but all others. And if you pick a ranged, or sorry, a melee 5, you probably want a ranged core, and out of all the ranged cores I can think of that aren't Medusa, because that's already banned out, and Morphling as well, Drow sticks out to me the most. And I know Nigma's going to be thinking, like, what's their likely pairing with this Abaddon, and I think Centaur deals with it better than the Mag.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Drow is certainly a hero. I feel like we haven't been seeing it that much in the DPC, but I've seen it toyed around with enough in pubs, and I imagine it's being picked in
Dire
scrims.
team pick.
It feels like one of those heroes that people are trying to figure out whether or not they can actually do it in officials.
And of
like
the
the
few
whole-
teams that do pick Drow, we did see Tundra at least play it once, but it was not successful.
It's either Drow or Luna, even though I hate Luna. I think that has to be their two options here.
Yeah, one of the things
10
about
seconds
Drow
remaining.
that people are experimenting with is the current shard, the
5
Frostbite.
seconds
What does it
remaining.
You
do?
don't get it super early, but it shatters people. It does
Dire
it does
team back.
additional slow, and then it
Face the
shatters
sword.
them, doing like AoE damage.
It's
based on
60
percentage
damage
of them,
per
right?
stack, I think.
Yeah.
So it makes your frost arrows like fury swipes, where the more times you hit them, the more damage they take per hit, and then also it makes it so that when they die, if however
10
many charges they
seconds
have,
remaining.
it blows up in an area. And your
Radiant
E,
team
your
back.
split shot, or what's it called? Multi-shot?
Multi-shot.
Multi-shot triggers frost arrows, so it's like a farming / damage mechanism. It also reduces healing. But okay,
healing.
not even in the game, so not going to worry about it anymore. They do go for the Faceless Void. Decent matchup against Jug, carry to carry. It's okay out of all the melee heroes with the Abaddon, just because usually Abaddon
10
is like on the
seconds
side of the
remaining.
lane using Orb of Venom plus his passive to bully, and
5
usually you pick
seconds
ranged
remaining.
cores because they can kind of be laning while also helping you bully. But Faceless Void, he has the time dilation as well as the time walk to actually come over and help you in lane, so it's like a reasonable pairing.
Radiant
But if I'm an
team back.
offlaner and I see Abaddon Void, there's a lot of options, such as like an Underlord that can just damage mitigate that will
team
almost
pick.
always free farm. So I think Mind Control could very well take control.
Yeah, I mean,
this
you
game.
say Underlord, that sounds like a great pick. Having a ban like Timbersaw, Axe, like, yeah, all those heroes would work really nicely against a double melee lane as well.
Yeah,
So,
they would just free farm. Those
Yeah.
heroes
10
would not only
seconds
free farm,
remaining.
but they're like the meta ones.
Yeah.
They're the best heroes of the patch. I think Centaur is
5
even reasonable
seconds
here
remaining.
if they want to do it, since it just happens to be in the pool. We usually don't get that far. The question is, you're against Lesh. It seems like a Queen of Pain.
I was gonna say that same thing Fogg said. We saw Mind Control on Nature's Prophet the other day, and he crushed it. They were able to set such a high tempo with that. Would it fit?
You picked Warlock Willow, and then what? I feel like I'd rather have at least one guy that's like a stunner. They don't have a way to start fights right now. I mean, Mind Control, like Nature's Prophet. I'll never complain if you pick it, but
team pick.
what mid laner do we need to see? It needs to be some sort of ranged nuke, or was that Lena?
Yeah,
said
I
Queen of
heard
Pain,
Lina
but
as
yeah,
well, I think.
Lena is a good
Yeah.
matchup against the Leshrac.
I was a little bit surprised they banned Void Spirit, just because so many melee heroes with a Faceless Void. I felt like you absolutely needed some sort of range, because they
10
only have
seconds
Sapphire
remaining.
right now.
Yeah, I think Centaur is the best pick here by a large
5
margin.
seconds
But if
remaining.
they go Nature's Prophet, like I said, take me home, Mind Control.
There's quite a few options actually still left for him, which is
What kind of build would you want in a Nature's Prophet? Because I'm not even sure if you can go an Orchid build with
No,
cleanse in this.
no, I'd even be fine if you just went pure like utility around the map, like you go like Witchblade Solar,
Solar Crest,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Night Stalker.
Night
Night Stalker.
That's an interesting one because that actually is a disable that will stick onto these heroes.
That's even better. Yeah.
Hates these AoE persistent disables. Abaddon is low range. You very often get caught in the silence of Night Stalker when trying to shield people, and obviously persistent silence is great against Void as well.
This is what I love about, I mentioned in the Abaddon Void lane, is they just don't punish the offlaner. It's a very greedy, it's like a passive lane in the sense that you're just not afraid of getting killed if you're the offlaner that's durable. And Night Stalker is often, he struggles if you're against consistent damage, like a Troll, an Ursa, Lifestealer that's just constantly pelting you with attacks. But he's an overall greedy offlaner because usually people can outpush the lane, outpressure him, but Abaddon Void don't really do that. So all the weaknesses that Night Stalker suffers, which makes him very situational, we don't see him all that much this meta, are not in this game. And I wanted Centaur to have somebody that runs in and disrupts and starts things, and I think Night Stalker is actually a better version of that this game for all the reasons Cap mentioned. So I think that's a sick last pick, and they're gonna
Okay, so Cap, what needs to happen for Tundra to have a good start here in this series?
We'll definitely be looking out for the mid matchup. You know, you got your last pick, Lina pickup. If he does really well, then he can actually threaten the Leshrac in every single one of these team fights. With like, especially if you actually start getting a bit of right click damage. 9 is 100% the person I'm going to be watching all game long.
Okay, we're going to be watching that mid lane, and we're going to watch a fun game of Dota 2 together with our commentary team, Moxie and Fogged.
All right, well, we've got a lot of eyes over on that mid lane, but a lot of excited about this Night Stalker pickup.
Yeah. Big fan of the hero. I don't think we get to see it too much in Europe at all. I know China does love this hero on certain specific players, but looks great in this game. You're playing versus Tidehunter. You can't crack and shell off of that silence because it's going to be constantly applied to you because it's from the Night Stalker. Same thing for the Void. You just are constantly silent, super annoying. Abaddon usually need to get pretty close range to get these shields off. Silence, again, it's a great hero to just lead the charge and definitely be that, what I think Brian returns into the dangler, right? The guy that's like, he starts the fight, he baits them a little bit to come in, but also looking at Tundra, very ulti-reliant lineup is what I'm looking at. So I feel like the pace that Team NIGMA can set, especially with like less jug, they can just start taking towers very quick if you do start slipping up with 1 or 2 of those ults.
It does feel like they have a very nice balanced draft coming out from the side here of NIGMA. The fact that, you know, you've got someone who's going to be able to put pressure down on those buildings. You've got the ganking duo of GH and Mind Control together. I always like when you can see 2 people just very clearly.
30 seconds.
Oh, they almost booped noses there. My goodness.
They kind of did. Oh my, that was
Right on the
quite
cusp
cute.
there.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this pad. Look at how sneaky they're being.
9.
This is insane. 9's very close to his tower, though. That's a tough one to get. They're playing.
Yeah, but they're waiting. They're hoping that 9's gonna.
He's gonna step. Oh, he's gonna step back. They're waiting at the wings.
Come hit there, my child.
Oh, is he gonna get caught here? It looks like.
All right, that's gonna be the jump that rambles everything getting used on 9, and Mind Control's gonna be off to a really nice start.
And they immediately start with the chat wheel. So you can tell Team NIGMA, they're ready for some fun again today. As we saw the other day, super aggressive. That was the key thing that we did see from them, with a very similar kind of style of supports in particular. I think they actually did have the exact same too. Looking at Tundra though, they are countering a bit of this Willow for sure with the way they've set up their draft. Tidehunter, Cracked and Shell able to remove Fatal Bonds. Abaddon Shield able to remove his buddies. Fatal Bonded tough stuff. So we did see how much the Warlock was a problem the other day, how much damage it was able to amplify. So Tundra has put themselves in a position to counter that a bit.
So this mid matchup here, from what I understand, it should be, you know, going more towards the side of 9, but of course it is Miracle.
It is.
Who is playing this Leshrac, so.
Up to those lane mechanics. I think this is a very, very slightly Lina favored matchup, but I think Lesh can free farm in the same exact kind of.
LTW.
Oh my goodness, he drops very low.
Courier has been killed.
Courier will get a courier for it though, because they don't pay attention while they are going aggressive. That's happened a lot. As Fada.
Okay, he's going to be the first victim here, as they do put some pressure here on Skeeter.
Very strong lane. GH drops very low himself too. Do they have any salvage? Mind Control used it on himself, so GH is going to stay quite low to up here. But it doesn't matter, because he's playing versus Void Abaddon. Very passive lane, as the panel mentioned.
Fatal Bond's pretty annoying down here in the bottom lane, something that we were saying to watch out for.
Yeah, early on, this lane is quite strong versus the Tidehunter. That's what you do see snaking. We've seen this more, at least especially recently, because if Snapfire is used to just default, you get the little shredder, but here versus Jog, you have Tide. You want to be able to get him away from that spin in case of anything, and you can even get some aggressive playstyle too with the cookie too. So I feel like the people are switching up the build a little bit here. I've seen China actually skipping little shredder a lot of the times too. They actually just get your cookie and your scatter blast sometimes, but in Europe, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same, just cookie and little shredder.
It's got some very good value to it, but it's always nice whenever you can see some dynamic.
It's dropping
around.
low.
33 is dropping very, very low. In fact, it pops a fairy fire, and it's just not enough. Those fake bombs. Too good.
Yeah. It's got the Bastia ready, the Dream for Kuroki. Exactly what you want to have happen for your Warlock this early on, especially with the Jug. They did have to burn a bit of regen there, but great aggressive plays again coming out. Snaking, he's gonna be happy. This is a very happy Snapfire. 3 full creeps, he's level 3 now. Tidehunter is only level 2, so Snapfire is gonna be a bit over leveled in this lane, which could also work out pretty decently because level 1 little shredder, not that strong. Level 2, very strong, especially when you have a gush behind.
Lots of negative armor coming out in this bottom lane, but you have to play very, very carefully here. Another spin over here.
But look at the damage.
You need to be careful. Cookie hop forward. They'll get the stun. Can they finish him off? Do they have the damage? Indeed, they do. Snaking gonna get himself a kill.
Getting that early level 3 was quite important for him to turn it onto the Jug. Don't think that they gave the respect to that little shredder.
Dire's courier has been killed.
The neutrals just kill his courier? They did.
Okay.
Courier's dying all over the place.
Been seeing a lot of that recently.
Yeah.
Something's up with the couriers, man. They're just tired of this life.
Bottom, this was a struggle lane for both sides. Jug 7 last hits, Tide 6. We said Snapfire kind of taking over the core. Is that a... I think that's a medallion coming out already on Snaking.
Oh my god.
3 minutes in, there's going to be a medallion on this Jug, plus all these little shredders and gush. And this minus armor is going to be very effective.
That's very, very scary.
That's
when
so
you
early.
consider how much they've already got going on with just their abilities, and now you add a medallion into it.
Yeah. And immediately they're spinning again. LTW, just trying to push 33 out of the lane, making sure you get no farm. Kuro
has to be careful. They're applying some of that low shredder damage like we talked about.
No mana for Cookie, though. 10 short. I think they had a mango on the Tide. Maybe they could have gone for it, but they chose not to.
They're just, muscling away here. GH trying to get a little bit of this experience. 9 making his way over. Should be able to go and...
He killed it. Didn't show the attack animation, the projectile in midair, but he did kill the water rune. That looked a little bit weird.
That is really weird. I didn't realize that it would show.
I usually feel like I do see it. I've never seen it not.
I've never seen it not show.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, top lane, though. A little bit of pressure being placed here on mind control.
He's making him just run away from the creep wave. Skeeter ends up missing, I think, 2 creeps there for that. Still farming just fine up here, but he should, as the Void. The thing is that you're giving a free lane to a hero like Nightstalker who can be a bit more greedy. So we are going to have that nighttime being coming out soon, and then they're going to really put the pressure onto Skeeter up here.
The lane trying to trade off. No, Miracle's got too much damage.
Oh, and he was winning the matchup pretty well, too, on this Lina. But those just get ran down. Miracle. Yeah, raindrops. He's used a lot of charges here. And the build, interesting. Doesn't go for 2 points in lightning. Sometimes you see that to be able to match out the aggression of Alina, but he just goes for the kill, and it ends up working. Might even find himself a second one here, Fada.
He's chasing down Fata. Brambles. No.
He's got him.
He's got shield. He's got plenty of damage. Fata just going to, see a little bit of space created, I guess.
I'm trying to get some information. Maybe watching for some stacks or something like that. As bottom, we're seeing, and this is just the battle lane. I mean, both teams just duking it out. But the Tidehunter is hitting a threshold of being pretty much unkillable, especially with that medallion behind. Snaking's gonna heal up, but phenomenal start down here for the Snapfire. Look at the Jug's farm. 13 last hits. He's so far behind.
I feel like this is the story of Snaking since joining Tundra. Not necessarily always because, he's getting these kills in lane or whatnot, but he's just been allowed to play, much greedier than a lot of fours.
Yeah,
he finds the farm.
Yeah, especially, a lot of the times we did see him doing, some jungle stuff with the NIGMA.
Is,
we tried the Venomancer, but yeah, he's doing really well. Especially when those type of things happen, you just get given that medallion. And he's moving mid.
A lot of people making their way to this mid lane now. Ramble's connecting, but they've got the support. So the Haster does get picked up over here by Miracle.
That's a big rune when you've gone for the skill build as well. 3 points in Edict. Has level 6 already finished up. He could run down pretty much anybody here.
Bottom lane, another spin over on 33. He's absolutely fine. I'm waiting to see what we see happen here on this mid lane, though. It definitely feels like they want to apply the pressure, although they have rotated the other supports back up top.
Snaking kind of has to just sit behind for a second here. I think 9 has to be very careful with his positioning because of that haste. As top,
Silent,
out.
Curse Crown. Okay, yeah, they do have the Photic Shield. Protect Skeeter, but that pressure we talked about, it's already started.
And up, the catapult is there too, so it's going to start hitting on the tower. Kuroki's going to rotate. They're just going to leave the jug bottom since he should die. He should just be able to farm down here now at this point. And just really trying to use this catapult at its maximum. It will die here, but it did get 500-ish damage. It's not great, not terrible.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Snaking.
GH should be able to just run away here. Let's have the boots.
Maybe
Middle lane, though. Miracle trying to dance around in circles. Looks like he's going to be able to get the... Oh, no, the Photic Shield coming out. So Miracle is forced to just run out of this area. Bottom lane, more spins coming out from LTW. He's just trying to bully 33 a little bit more here.
Both just poking at each other constantly. Miracle is playing so aggressive lately. We saw the Tiny from the other day. This time on the Lash, he's not going for just like farming whatsoever. He's just going for battle. Max Edict built, as we said, it's going to be this very early push timing that Team NIGMA is setting up for, but it does look like Tundra, they're going to get these early levels in particular, like Snaking. If they give him that 6, which I think, I actually would like them to see, give him a little bit more level so he can fight with the Chrono, because then he can set up these defenses around towers really easy. Chrono plus Kisses, or Ravage plus Kisses, they will have a couple different ways to actually protect from the inevitable push that will come from this Jug Lesh. Gotta watch out for the swoop, though. That's always the power of that Night Stalker coming in from the backlines once he does has Dark Ascension online too.
That is true, because already we're seeing some of this pincering movement coming out. They're sweeping through the jungle. Do have a nice ward over there on the eye spot, so they can keep tabs on who's hanging out on the side.
Snaking hits 5. Looks like Skeeter's actually smoking to make a move onto mid. They want Miracle. Looks like it's going to be GH who shows for now. I don't think they want to settle for that one. They want a bigger kill with this Chronosphere. If Skeeter's going to go hunting, they need a big core kill.
Yeah, they're backing off. They're just going to farm up the jungle for now. And they're going to be patient. They are starting to migrate, though, down to this bottom half of the map for the side of NIGMA. And LTW has to be a bit careful. There is Skeeter nearby. He does have the Chrono. Don't have those Kisses online just yet.
He's safer because he's got that high effective armor since he is just, you know, the carry's the agi hero. So he's okay if it's just the Chronosphere that's on top of him. He just has to watch out if there were the Kisses, but Kisses not available. They're just going to pressure tower with the movement.
Yet. They're getting close, though.
They are close. And top, we see the same rotation. NIGMA brings down towers 10 times faster, though.
Yeah.
Edict alone pushes faster than the whole enemy lineup of Tundra. Kisses, of course, the little Shredder helps a bit, but still got to take them time to take this bottom tower.
This is not necessarily the fastest pushing lineup coming out from Tundra, but they're putting the pressure down.
Especially not if the Lena's there, and Lena is looking to show herself in mid. GH is taking that XP, and here comes that wraparound, that sand, which they saw her.
Yeah, Brambles doing it into place. They've got the silence. I'll say, though, just by a bit more time, the Curse Crown does come out, and they're just going to try to chase down 9 here from Skeeter. Does manage to get the Chronosphere off, and they don't quite have the Snapfire just yet, but they'll take down Miracle. They're looking for more. The Fatal Bombs have been applied. Mind Control will fall. Cookie up forward here from Skeeter's LTW. He was hunting. He just can't seem to get his hands on them. 33, walking over to the high ground. Looks like he's just going to try to focus down these stacks instead.
They were very ready for that move coming in, very ready for the wraparound. Skeeter instantly does TP, and they do also get the Fada TP first to get that shield off. Very nicely done to protect 9. Good stuff so far. Very even, slow game.
Regeneration.
Chronosphere, but now, of course, you know,
it's down. It's time to go.
Yeah, it is.
Time to push mid again.
Exactly. They still have the Ravage, and they have picked up the Snapfire Kisses now. So.
I think they have to run 33 over. He doesn't have TP, so he has to move very quick as this tower, it's going to get brought down super fast. Do have Glyph. So 33 should make it in time.
He's got to walk on in, though, and look at this already.
NIGMA
respecting it, backing off.
They're going to Glyph
Fortify the carry, though.
Yep. Showing 4 heroes, but this is the move that they need to do to stop that kind of push here. And now they can start a push of their own with that tide there. And they did use the Dark Ascension before, so nighttime is not available, so it's tougher for Mind Control to show up and look for these fights.
33 will happily take all of these hits off. They have to be careful, though, because they do have Fatal Bombs applied to them.
They have lots of different ways to remove it, though. Shields, plus the Kraken eventually when it procs. Yeah. Fada always at the ready. Does remove out that second one. NIGMA, they respond versus this tower push themselves too, with also heavy team fight availability with Kuroki sitting back with the Infernal. But they're stalling. Mind Control just farming jungle, because we said, you know, daytime, using that downtime.
I
will say that Tundra is being very good about not blowing all of their ultimates at once.
Yes.
Obviously, they have a great wombo combo, but, you know, it's usually just, you know, Chronosphere plus we did see the Laguna Blade, but everyone else holding on to those other spells so that way they can use it as a deterrent, because you know that NIGMA, especially Miracle, is going to be just running at your buildings.
Yeah, both cores look like they're gonna get their Yules at the same time. The Lina and the Lash. It feels like we have like pretty much mirror movements coming out from both sides so far.
We do indeed.
ILTW is going for fighting build. He's got the Yasha into the Diffusal queued up. Seeing more Diffusal, of course, as we always mention in China, but do see its purpose in this one versus some low mana heroes. Tidehunter, Bat, and Void. Could be effective. We've seen it more and more.
All right, Night Stalker and Dark Willow on the hunt, looking to find any stragglers here in the jungle, maybe wrap around, get a quick pick off, but they do have to be careful because they are going to be walking into several heroes here.
Yeah, 9 has the Yule so he's got a way to protect himself versus this aggression.
Stack, gonna make a play over here on Snake King. There's Crown, right on it. This is gonna be a dead snap.
Hard case.
He almost got, you saw, he wounded up the cookie, but up to silence the crippling.
Yeah.
Did catch onto him right at the edge, so stops that animation.
And they take the stack too.
That's a big one. Yeah, GH even gonna just ult for it.
Pretty happy with that here.
Great usage of the Dark Ascension. Nighttime in about 2 minutes as well, too, after that does end. And he's getting close to his vessel. Gonna be quite early.
Still a lot of posturing, though, around this little tower. Feels like Tundra really want to put the pressure down, try to take advantage of...
It's under attack.
Spending a lot of time here. That you can see that NIGMA is winning in the efficiency so far because Mind Control is just farming so much more during this downtime, and they did, of course, steal that stack away. These supports, we see a level 8 on the Willow, level 6 on Kuroki. Kuroki's got all he needs.
They're playing this really well, too. He's got the Chronosphere if they want to try to do any sort of initiation. They have lots of ways that they can do this. They have to watch out. Miracle appearing over here on the side.
They drop
the rock, and they have those fatal bombs down, but the follow-up with the Terrorists. Trying to get them out. They're both stunned up. The Snapfire is coming, but Knight's already dead. Followed up with the Ravage. 33 won't fall, but they have the Chronosphere. They held on to long enough. They'll take down Miracle. They'll take down Mind Control. They're chasing after GH now. Looks like Skeeter should be able to find that kill. Now ILTW, he's going to try to spin, but they have this physical damage. He's going to be careful. Might be able to go and just burn down Snake and Cookie just a little bit too early here. As Skeeter is going to take a lot of this, but he time walks away, has his eyes now on Kuroki, and he's just going to wail away on him and put pressure down on the tower.
And they come out ahead on it just a little bit here. It's like the exact same thing from both sides coming out there. They kill the Lash, they also kill the Lina. Baden lives, but they do end up getting that finalized kill onto the Warlock. So I do feel like Tundra is happy, but they did not finish off the tower.
Yeah. And now they blew a bunch of those ultimates. They only have the Laguna Blade now available.
And NIGMA's gonna go right back. It's almost nighttime.
They are. 33 is tanking a lot of this damage. Time walk away here from Skeeter. Snake King. The Yules comes out here from Miracle. He's gonna get just stunned immediately. Skeeter though chasing in. It's almost enough damage to take down Snake King, but not quite. Miracle. He's in trouble. The cookie hop forward. Skeeter he continues to fight it, but he's still going to fall. As ILTW again spin into what should be able to take down 33 here if he wants to go and commit on it. The silence though coming out. Mind Control joining right back in. Laguna over on the back lines, taking out GH as Snake King's getting chased down by Mind Control.
Double team's just
They're
doing
going right
it out
back
of the
in.
mid lane. I love this.
They're continuing. This is starting to look like some of my posts here. Immediately spin over onto 9. They'll be able to keep them healthy. They'll turn right back around. They get off one of these dashes.
It's just constant
Jump
battle.
forward again here from Skeeter, trying to put out more damage over onto Kuro.
Control again using the Ascension. We do have nighttime though, so he is a lot stronger throughout these next few moments. And will they be able to get the tower this time is the question. It's the battle of the mid.
It is.
Miracle does get brought down again because he does use the aggressive Yule, so he gets time dilated up.
Fata.
Can they keep holding this tower?
Nice positioning. He's just trying to get one of these stuns off.
Another glyph for the Cardi. It's literally mid-wars.
It is.
How long has this been here? It's been like 6 minutes of both teams just TPing 5 heroes, running 5. Look at this again.
Yeah,
all 5 heroes to mid lane from one side, all 5 heroes from the other side.
We've been here so long that they're starting to get their abilities back off the cooldown here. Skeeter is rooted into place, gets a bash off over onto Mind Control. Does have to be careful. He's got the Cursed Crown and the Brambles, but he is just going to time walk it off as they start to make a play over a Miracle. Not quite. ILTW again, the spin, another bash.
Can't even tell who's coming out more ahead on this because it's literally the exact same thing from both sides. It's like, okay, Omni's coming back up, but so is Chronosphere, so is Ravage, so is Chaotic Offering, so is absolutely everything. Back to the mid lane battle. We will have Void take a little bit of time off, go collect some bounties, but then back to the mid lane.
Dear Diary, it is day 4 of sieging the middle towers, and you know, morale is still high with the troops.
Miracle's like, enough for this. I'm going top. Getting a wave or two for myself for now.
I think that's the play here at this point. They're smoked up over on the side of Tundra. They're looking for the engagement. The silence, though, coming out immediately over onto this Baden. It's forced away, but they already used the Willow Bedlam.
Gonna spin the wave to clear it out. They're gonna glyph the wave so that he can't.
Ooh, the Ravage.
It does clip him.
Clipping right at the very end, but the Terrorize coming out. It's beautiful here. Fall from GH. Go, the drop Chronosphere. And they've got these kisses. Can they do enough damage? It's looking pretty gosh darn good over here on Mind Control. The back comes out. Yes, Mind Control will fall. They already took out IOTW.
Tundra's ults being a little bit more successful here. Yeah, definitely tipping Skeeter. I think caught absolutely everybody. That Ravage also was sick. Timed perfectly for when the Blade Fury ends. That was very nice by 33. As they will get that mid tower, so Battle of the Mid Tower will finally end. It looked like he almost did it just a second too early, but this man is perfect.
Because he just... Perfect.
Skeeter also, that little sidestep was actually so clutch. He actually backpedaled, dodged the Terrorize so that he jumps in and gets this successful chrono off. And nice healing ward micro, but not going to keep Mind Control alive.
It was a good try for sure, but very nicely played here.
And they're going to get the tower deny in the mid lane, so Tundra, they've won the mid ward for sure. I love it.
What a game.
12 to 12, 18 minutes. Wouldn't ask for a better dead even game as Fata found again. Got his own way to protect himself as soon as he drops low.
Yeah, immediately. Borrowed time comes out. He is not going to be able to survive this time.
Oh, whose item was that? Which item was that? Was that the shield that popped it? Don't tell me that. I think it was. It was... Okay. You got it, okay. I was like, oh god.
I'm just very upset about
I was like, oh god, did the neutral get stolen? Look at him, he runs for it. I was so scared for a second. The courier. Oh, nicely done.
Nicely done.
Almost lost himself the neutral. As NIGMA, they are still looking to fight a little bit more frequently here. Since they do know that Chrono, Ravage, Snapfire Kisses are down. It's still nighttime for Mind Control.
That's quite the mouthful of all the abilities now. All the R buttons are... Except for, you know, the Laguna Blade. Yes. Still have that up and running, but the smoke is over here on NIGMA. They're looking to just, come through the area, see what they can find. They threw up some nice vision deep in there.
It's interesting because it's an interesting dynamic because they're reliant on cooldowns, but not as reliant because they have Night Stalker, who he can just rely on just flying into the backlines and just breaking up the fight so much. But also they do have to rely sometimes when it's not nighttime, and he has Dark Ascension cooldown, so it's a lot of cooldown back and forth here between this game that makes it really fun. And Fada constantly just runs into them here, which is actually really good for him. He's scouting, forcing spells on himself, getting his team into good positions to get those ults. This is a very even back and forth game so far for these first 20.
Look how immediately they turn around. The cookie hat forward here. Do you have the Curse Crown over on Fata? And they'll just back off.
Skeeter is definitely the big winner out of all this stuff. 406 so far, yet to die. ILTW does have the 2 deaths. He's been slowed down. We'll almost have the Fusel Blade finished up, but that does mean that feels like NIGMA's going to be more on a timer of just constantly looking for fights while Void's going to scale better. 9. He gets
Didn't realize that everybody was in the vicinity. There's just a lot of burst damage. Sadly, Yule's going to try to buy just a tiny bit more time, but again, GH will find the kill.
It's a lot of gold. Wow. 405.
Invisibility.
20 minutes in.
We've had quite the fight back and forth. I mean, most of it was taking place here in the mid lane, but...
It was.
Yeah, look at that heat map. Woo! That's for Snapfire alone.
Snaking's been everywhere.
And he had a really nice start.
He did.
You know? Gotta make use of that. Got the Holy Locket online for our Warlock here.
They're so farmed because it's just been constant 5v5 fights.
Yeah.
So the Warlock is benefit. Heat map was team versus team. Error on the label. I was going to say, I was like, damn, Snaking's literally playing the whole map somehow. That's impressive.
Those NA Dota boys, man. They're so good.
All right, any important shards? Since we have it 20 minutes, Warlock's got it queued up. A couple people do have it
Jug
queued
has it queued up, I saw
Jug as
earlier.
well. Yeah.
That's next.
That's just those two.
Grocery list, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's still very neck and neck. That's the 1K net worth lead. Again, partially because of the fact that everyone's been chilling together in that mid lane, but BKB queued up now for the Lina. Working on that.
They need that BKB, especially because Mind Control, as we see, he's going to rush toward Blink Dagger, so less about protecting his front line and more about getting to the enemy back. You start 3, he's got Pipe, so he wants to protect that front line. Don't let them actually cross through to get into the back. It's kind of that one is actually an opposite dynamic, but besides that, team fights are pretty much the same. As
He is the wall.
He is the
You have to break through, and if you break through the wall, there's a bubble there to contain you, you know? No breaking quarantine, guys. Very important.
And he's tanky. 33, he also finds Vambrace, so on top of just Pipe, he is very tanky. Is mostly magic damage still on the side of Team NIGMA, besides that Jug. Claiming themselves a high ground for now.
Yeah, the shard flying out to him right now, I assume?
I think so, yeah.
There it is.
So I feel like for them, it's time to pick up the pace a little bit, but you have to watch out how you do run into all these ultis. But with that diffusal build, that's usually what that does tell you as these Jugs. Just fight a little bit more frequently, since we do have that more farm-esque build on Void, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness. They're actually making their way into the pit. We've got the Solar Crest, we've got the Kiss, or the Little Shredder. I almost say Kisses every time, because I feel like that's... It's just so common. No, it's just usually Shredder non-stop. It's just...
No, it is.
It's always there. This is a big pickup. They're not going to make it in
They
time.
scan for it, but they're not going to get there. And you have to watch out, they've so much. Look at this, they have the vision on GH too as he makes his way over. But it's too late. We have the Aegis online here for Skeeter.
He gushed early. That reveals the ward. GH knew he was in tree line there, so he pings it instantly.
They're all hiding in the woods here. Skeeter. Jump forward, he's GH. Those comes out, terrorists get stopped. They already do kisses like you said. And Fata perhaps just a little bit too far forward here, but the rest of the team is caught behind. So, drop the Fatal Bonds. They're just going to focus up on the tower. We'll use the Fortify
Radiant
by a couple more seconds.
fortified.
The BKB is now completed as well here for the Stasis Void. So like you said, it's so much magic damage right now that NIGMA has. Diffusal, just, you know, slow down, Skeeter. But over in the mid lane, they find Miracle.
Big grab. We weren't ready for that one.
They're still playing around RCW. They know it's good. Look at you thinking about it. He's playing around mid. They know Chronos here. They find the Spurlock like you said. And they're just going to follow up with the Ravage. Keep them all stunned into place. The Cookie hop forward. And that is a dead ILTW.
My Skeeter is on fire this game. Just literal perfect Chronos every single time. That is insane. He actually is patient enough to catch the Warlock inside of it too as 9.
He's got a...
It's daytime.
He's got a Yules too. He's hunting. Oh, Dayman.
GH also getting brought down during this. Mind Control will be able to TP out.
Yeah, no other way to cancel out, but not so sure about... Yeah. GH will fall. I mean, we talked about having a high-octane draft coming out from the side of NIGMA, but Tundra is just playing their draft so well.
Skeeter's also just killing it. That core-to-core matchup, him versus the Jug. ILTW making quite a few mistakes, overplaying his hand with these spins. Skeeter is just on point every single time. Level 17 already at this point in the game, and enabled nicely with that snaking behind him with the Solar Crest every single time. This is a very clean game so far from Tundra, just battling it out.
Tundra's hungry, man.
They are. Their line of scales very hard. As we mentioned, Jug's gone for more of a fighting build, and it's not really working out for them so far.
They just haven't found the engagements, We saw that they have a Night Stalker. We figured, okay, this is going to start putting that pressure down early. You've got Miracle with all this magic damage, but a couple of these engagements have really just kind of gone sideways for the side of NIGMA, and now you're running into the issue of, they have BKBs. They have things to counter all of this early magic damage.
And 33's gotten a very interesting item on the Tidehunter. How do you prevent being silenced up from a Night Stalker? Build yourself a Yules to just either Yules him and disengage, or you wait for yourself. Usually you Yules the enemy Night Stalker.
They're just going to step into place. LCW gets the spin off, but they get a couple of the bashes too. Oh my goodness, he's almost able to. Oh, right on the back line. So the double drop. Miracle trying to burst down the damage, but they have the BKB over here on Skeeter. They're chasing after Snaking. They want him, but they're not quite able to get as they jump forward. Can they take down Miracle? Skeeter's just chasing them down. Yules will come into play here. 9 popping his own BKB. They'll be able to get that kill. Snaking does fall. The run is on here after ILTW. They want this kill. They want this jump. Can they get their hands on him?
They've got him.
They've got the Yules, the LSA, the Laguna Blade, and he is dead. They were chasing after 33 something fierce too, and he's still alive here. Do eventually manage to nuke him down, but 9 is hunting. Would like to punish him for this damage here, but they don't have the vision. he is going to be able to just teleport on out.
And also, the other thing I didn't point out, the Yules versus the Omni Slash. He's able to dodge out a lot of that damage very nicely. And ILTW, he almost dies at the start of the fight. He actually gets Holy Locketed from his Warlock. That's actually what pumped him up with that big heal there at the start. And NIGMA, again, unable to take a very successful team fight. Now there's going to be a Chronosphere as well available for Tundra. Again and again, just out-fighting Team NIGMA. And getting these catches, ILTW in a very precarious position to start it off too, in the river. This is like the death spot, we like to call it, where you don't have a good vision onto that high ground. Look how low he gets. And then bam, gets Holy Locketed up. And Skeeter, just BKB already at this point. He's able to just stick onto Miracle quite easily at this point in the game.
Yeah, he knows that that's the major damage dealer, like we said.
It's really good fights from Tundra, just reading the movements perfectly, always setting up, always being aggressive. And as we said, they've got their ults available here. They see ILTW, can't go out, get on top of it, but they'll push him away.
Breathing room at all anymore, Fogged.
Skeeter just runs in and steals his Ancient instantly. And he's just hitting these crazy item timings. Almost has Scotty finished up also on Skeeter.
Oh god, the Elven Tunic here for Skeeter.
Oh, baby.
He just drops all the items over there too, you know? Book of Flames. Anyone? Any takers? Yeah.
Pick 33, get over
Here
it.
you go.
Here you go. Give me your fan brace. Thank you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just littering, leaving their slippers of agility on the floor.
Are fortified.
Very effective use of gold so far for Tundra. 808 on Skeeter, as we said, the standout so far for this game. 9 also BKB, so they just got 2 different ways to protect themselves when they do get jumped from this Night Stalker in the back. And the game is feeling really hard for Team NIGMA now at this point.
Yeah, they've made dynamic item choices. Again, not something you typically see on a Tidehunter. You don't see that Yules, but he's doing it. We've got a Chrysalis over here on Lina.
I like it.
Dishing out the damage.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
The quiver found over on the side of the Radiant here. I thought that was going over on the side of Tundra, and I was like, oh, perfect.
That'd be nice.
No.
They do find themselves a sliver on the side of Tundra, though. Another really good pickup this game. That base damage, that status resist, everything here for the Void, just going to amp him up on top of this. I don't know if they're going to kill Skeeter, honestly, this game. He is going to have 3,000 HP plus way more effective HP when he's solared and he has a sliver, so he is going to be quite impossible to be being brought down, especially with a Void. All right, Abaddon at his side, too.
He's got to just, if they want to kill Skeeter, he's got to, A, be alone, B, not have his Chronosphere, and then C, they got to dump everything on him, and that is not the position that you want to be in.
No, they got to get the fear into the stun, into just a full follow-up, but yeah, there's so much backup from Tundra, and it's a very all-in item choice, as we said. I feel like this is do or die here for Team NIGMA. The SNY and the Diffusal's done for the Jug. It's about to hit level 18. It really does feel like if this next fight doesn't go well for them, Tundra's gonna start just fully taking over the entire map.
And they do get themselves a quiver over on the side of Tundra.
Lena's gonna hurt.
I mean, she's already hurt. Let's be really honest here. But yeah, look at this. They can't defend these towers. They'll go, they'll put out the fortification. But
she's about to be 20, so Fiery Soul stacks also will be even stronger. And Jug has to be careful now how he spins. If he just spins in a bad position, Naya might just be able to right-click him down himself.
We're getting to that point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is excellent play so far for them. Everyone, I mean, they're never splitting up. They're never getting caught out of position from this Night Stalker movements at all.
I mean, that's kind of the counter at this point in the game, is just don't be alone.
Look at Miracle. Spider legs into this little spot here in the trees and starts whittling down the tower with Edict. So trying to do it with what they can so far, since I think they are feeling that pressure.
Dire's
They'll find themselves a courier, at the very least. It just spots us, but
this one.
The big one, though, over here, you know.
This isn't over.
LTW?
How long is he going to be able to just do that, though? Question.
Anytime Skater's there, he won't be able to.
He's just not afraid at all. He's just charging over here at DH. Just have to be a little bit careful. LTW now is here, so he should be able to get himself a nice pick-off kill.
Okay. The one-time fought, I feel like the few times that he has made a mistake this game, but he's been excellent so far.
Yeah.
Like, his deaths have been so perfect, the way he's just been revealing the positioning of Team NIGMA. I'm a big fan so far.
Oh my god, the same spot!
Oh my
The
goodness.
exact same spot!
He is making quite some mistakes this time around. He's getting punished. Also, we see Snaking with the shard picked up, that extra little bit of stun when you are in melee range, Scatter Blast.
Miracle is doing everything that he can over here. He realizes, okay, he's dead. We can't fight. We can't do it. We just got to split push. And the Daedalus is now completed for this Lina.
This feels very tough.
Dire's bottom tower.
This Jug is
fallen.
very out of the game so far here, and he went the
Radiant's
earlier game
middle
items, and he's not
tower
been
is
able to
under
have the
attack.
successful fights. Tundra
Dire's
gonna start
bottom
working on
tower
high ground,
is
but so is
under attack.
Miracle. Edict does push quite fast. They have to back up and respond.
Teaming hum.
33.
Silence. Nice play here. BKB coming out from mind control. Just gonna get his
He gets
support out,
the
but he's gonna
Yules.
have to find Miracle over here on the side. Again, the Yules will drop the terrorize.
Dire's
9
bottom
hunting.
tower
No,
is under
they start
attack.
winding up. They didn't fully commit to it yet, but they need to get there fast because Miracle, he's just chipping them. Look at this damage.
Shredded.
Had enough
Oh
for
my
you.
word. Thoughts of chasing after GH now.
Let's get over here.
Gotta navigate the maze here. Oh, no, not quite.
Whatever, got a shield. Pop a mango. Pop one of my 5 clarities. This is just, yeah, really good movements across the map. Tundra also recognizing that they got to be a little careful of these Edict split pushes. Immediately swing back over, start to push back themselves. 33 dragging the wave as well from bottom.
I mean, the easy solution is you just kill Miracle.
Yeah.
And that's where he's dead right now. So they'll be pushing out these waves, taking down the vision, which also hurts so bad because he just wants to farm.
GH.
Trying to catch up. GH here uses the Shadow Realm as the blink, goes down the brambles. 9's on his way though.
Nice play there from GH. Dodging the first little shredder hit there with the Shadow Realm so he can get the blink off that he yields, snaking midair.
Oh, 9.
We'll retake that outpost, and 9 might be able to find GH anyway. Nope.
Blinks, he blinks.
Does get away. Nice little plays from GH.
Mind control. Ooh, Fata. Didn't quite see him there.
But they're having to just avoid. They
Yeah.
cannot fight into Tundra, which is a huge problem. And this Jug continues to get bigger. This Lina continues to get bigger as well. This game is very problematic for them.
They need to be the aggressors over on the side of NIGMA, and they're having so much difficulty finding these engagements. You know, it looked pretty decent earlier on with mind control, you know, starting to make these rotations, but they just started taking really beautiful team fights over in that mid lane. And Peter's here. He sees Miracle. He just wants to erase him again. The Yules will come out, though. Look at 33, trying to get into position. Dark Section will get popped.
Got to
Look
catch
at
some
that
of these
guy.
back heroes, but as we've said, they've got
Wait,
double mute
33.
magic
33
immunity.
just walks right in. Mind control, getting the jump over here in silence. They have the dust. Can they follow up a couple of these spins? Peter just trying to poke away. They have the BKB. Mind control just
Mind
here over after snaking. Have to be careful because look at this damage as they chase after him. And I hear a Ravage over on the other side. Followed up with this beautiful Chronos here. They'll take down Kuro. And they're going right back in again. They'll take down Miracle. ILTW. Look at these clicks coming out here from 9. He just has to get a little bit closer. 33 is here. They
in trouble.
have the Yules. They can set up for the LSA. The cookie out
Radiant's
forward.
middle tower
That
is
is a
under
dead
attack.
juggernaut.
That honestly feels a game. This has been a relentless play here so far from Tundra. Not letting NIGMA get any type of successful fights. ILTW really struggling so much this game.
They're
2
going
hits,
ahead.
6. Yeah, I don't think there's anything NIGMA can do versus this at all. These Chronos, absolutely perfect from Skeeter. Tundra. This was a beautiful game, honestly.
Yeah, you can tell they figured it's pretty much over here. Although they do fight back on the Jug. Mind control trying to jump over onto the back lines, but he's just immediately blown up.
He's just gonna get hit by the Lina. He's
Yes, look at this. LTW thought maybe I can spin. Okay, they'll follow up. They'll drop the rock. They try to get off the damage here with these fatal bonds, and they went for the Omni Slash, but it's just not enough damage here because they have the Yule. They have everything they need to counteract this Jug.
And GH gets shotted by 9.
Yeah.
GG.
Radiant
What
structures.
a play coming out from Tundra. Itemization on point, the way that they constantly just fought these battles, and yeah, Skeeter, he I think for me is the MVP. He fought to break some smokes, eat some ganks and stuff like that. It was really Skeeter's Chronos. He was catching 4 or 5 heroes, or catching like 3, 4, just on the cusp of it so that these kisses can be perfect, and yeah, great execution. I don't know if NIGMA knows what hit them just there.
I don't know, but they looked very, very impressive. And we saw some cheeky individual play, too. I really appreciated that Ravage over on the mid lane when they were trying to take down LTW, just went perfectly and then getting off the stun. But yeah, you know, Tundra, they are ready. They're ready to fight. They are not going out of this without, you know, hitting very, very hard. And you got to appreciate it. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yep, the constant battles with some
Game 2 of Team NIGMA versus Tundra coming your way here at DreamLeague Season 15, powered by Intel. It's, of course, in the upper division of the Western European DPC League, and the reason I'm talking fast is because there is so much on the line for this series. Tundra now 1 game up. If they win another game, there will be guaranteed tiebreakers for elimination between Brame, Tundra, and perhaps some other teams that are still up for contention there. Mainly OG actually is the only one there.
Yeah.
This is
the same draft.
Run it back.
Run it back. On the other side, NIGMA, they really want to win, because if they lose here, if they win, they are guaranteed major. The question is, will they be group stage or will they be wild card? If they lose here, they will
be in a guaranteed
tied.
tiebreaker, either 3-way or
4-way.
Even
wild
going
card.
to major.
Yeah, even going to the in a wild card scenario as well. It's crazy. It's madness. There's I'm very happy that there's so much on the line. With only 2 series, isn't that mad?
Can you imagine a 4-way tiebreaker where first gets you group stage of the major and last gets you not even going? Oof. All right.
Okay, Enigma's whipped out the tryhard pants here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ET Medusa.
Yeah, pretty standard lane partner for a Medusa already with the ET. I'd say it's probably one of the better ones, actually, because it amps up your damage at all stages of the game. And AA, we talked about whenever we see it, it's a combo hero. You either pick Wraith King because they only have 1 volley of spells, or you pick Medusa because she doesn't actually die to the combo.
Don't forget, it's amplified damage on amplified damage, right? These are the sort of mechanics that Dota teams have found and abused for the last couple of years, right?
Explain to us what you mean by that.
Medusa's getting the Aghanim Scepter, so she's turning people into stone, amplifying the damage that they're taking. And then on top of that, the ET in his aura is lowering your armor
to 0.
That damage. So it just means that, it actually means this Medusa, the physical damage that she represents in some of these mid-game team fights, normally you could shrug it off, but it actually becomes insane just with these 2 heroes off of that timing. It's also a tanky hero that is designed to be able to tank through burst lineups, which is what Tundra has with their Ancient Apparition Mars opener. So it really feels like NIGMA has a very good answer, and there's going to be very different game plans between the 2 teams.
So I don't actually know this answer, so I'm asking you, Cap. I know that Medusa Mana Shield does not factor in reductions. Does it factor in amplifications?
I don't
10
believe
seconds
so.
remaining.
I think Kyle always does this thing. He always talks about Mana Shields.
Like, how does
It's
Mana
like one of those rare mechanics where Kyle definitely knows, So
Are you sure?
He brings it up every time.
Kyle at least
He was also
talks
the
like
one
he knows.
saying that Medusa's snake steals mana this morning,
Oh,
so don't know about that.
Keeps on doing that one.
Well, if this mechanic's the same as it was 6 years ago, I trust Kyle's
That's true.
input on the matter.
Yeah,
true.
exactly. You know the problem. That is such a playing thing that you definitely know if you play, because the mana steal was so obnoxious that the moment you got to play against Medusa and it wasn't there, you immediately noticed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh god, life is so much better now.
I'd much rather be stunned for 1.5 plus 0.2 per bounce.
I mean, it still chunks away your health on the lane, but at least, you still have your
Yeah, he's like,
it wasn't the mana during the lane that I hated the most. It was the fact that once she got the Talon, it was like 50% mana steal, and you would just be a frontliner and get snaked twice and have literally 0 mana left. I was like, oh, I am useless now. As we have been BSing our way through the second round of bans. Anything of note here?
Is there any overarching theme with the bans that we see coming out for the teams?
The Void Terrorblade. Probably Void's one of the best heroes with the AA, sets up the Ice Blast quite nicely, and then the Terrorblade we've seen as a decent response to the Dusa because of the reflection. Kind of surprised they banned it though, just because they already have the ET, removes all base armor, but also banning the Nyx for the mana burn, I assume, but I think it's more so not just the mana burn, but Nyx AA also a very common support duo. If you think about trying to farm the map and you're against AA and Nyx both with 6, Nyx is not showing on the map, Nyx is almost never showing on the map, you're terrified. Pretty much every core will die absolutely full to 0. once those two heroes are 6 in the mid game, so it really limits your ability to split up the map. And I know NIGMA likes to do that. They also like to control areas with like Miracle farming Ancients.
Yeah, it just says absorbs damage before any damage reduction, so I have to assume the amplification
will amp it, or not amp it.
Are you talking about damage amplification? What do you mean?
I'm saying that if you nuke her for 300 damage, but it's under an ice vortex, how does that work with?
Yeah, I'm sure that the amplification is applied first before.
So it would count as like 390 damage.
Definitely.
Okay. I was just curious. I actually had no idea. I never really thought about it.
It has to be.
So she's just super tanky. That's why she lives through AA, not because of that mechanic possibly working the other way.
What do you feel about the troll against Medusa in terms of carry matchup?
It's kind of weird, especially if this ET is not a 3 or 4 position, but a 5 position in lane. Because then the troll is nice in lane against ET because you have this insane miss percentage chance that doesn't scale. At level 1, it's 60%.
Yeah, it should scale. It should be 60, 70, 80, 90.
Get the hell out of here, Brian. Dumb carry player. Anyway, so if they don't actually have that lane matchup, then I feel like this pick is a little awkward because now you have Stomp as well as Stone Gaze that can really stop this troll when he goes all berserk.
Literally. As I was curious if they're maybe setting up like some aggro tri-lane or something. Where, because of exactly what you just said, I thought they might have picked the troll to lane against the ET Dusa, but that doesn't really seem like a thing teams are ever doing right now.
And Mars isn't really a solo off, like 1v1 hero that really feels enabled by that. You know, you're like Timber Saws and those kind of matchups are fun, but Mars isn't like particularly spectacular.
So we saw a tiny Pango lane for Into the Breach do really well, or was it? Yeah, it was Into the Breach, right?
5 seconds.
It did really well against Medusa. And I think an idea of approaching Medusa is actually to just kill her. In that lane, they did have an Enchantress 5 rather than a beefy melee 5 like an Elder Titan, so it made it a bit easier. But I'd be curious if Tundra looks to pick up a Darkseer last pick. We've been seeing that be a common way of dealing with the Dusa. Just get your own couple Dusas with the wall and the normal punch anime style, but just the Mars being flexible leaves that as an open option, and I think on paper you don't want 2 melee heroes usually in the same lane, but against Medusa I think it might be the best option.
I do want to say that for NIGMA, when they have played Medusa also with the I believe it was actually at least it was with the Willow as well, not the Elder Titan, but they've played Miracle on the Medusa, so there's still the flexibility option in terms of playing it mid.
LTW's an Ember player.
Particularly, to Brian's point, particularly because the way ET secures lanes as a 5 position is he just runs out and fights you. But if you were to have Clockwork Darkseer, like specifically, you can't fight into that. Right? Ion Shell plus Battery Assault is way too hard to fight into, so his effect in the way he would create space for the Medusa in laning phase is completely nullified. It's not like someone dying or something, or an Ogre who's designed to just tank damage, or an Undying who heals you up. You actually would not have a very good defense mechanism at all.
So the only issue with that Darkseer now is that you're dealing with an Ember that you don't really have lockdown for. The Mars will certainly have to go Yules now, whatever role it may be. They're worried about the lane dominators that would go mid. I think since you see Ember, Mars isn't particularly excited to lane against Ember. It's okay, like usually you'll win the early levels, but you don't really kill him with Arena reliably if the Ember's a good player, and I think Miracle's probably decent. So I'd go more so with a mid laner that's meant to stomp, but also offers a way to catch the Ember. Something like a Storm, something like... What else is there, actually?
Void
Hawk's
Spirit.
already banned out. Void Spirit. I think that matchup's been tilted in Ember's favor, actually. But we've also seen it go both ways. Any of those would be fine. They ban Bat Rider, that would be a very scary pick.
Yeah, great pickup against Medusa, right? So one of the problems with most Medusa lineups is just running out of damage. So heroes that have constant damage, especially damage that gets built up over time, are usually really good against Medusa.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
There's still the option that they do Clockwork 5, or like Clockwork 4, but in the safe lane, with an AA pelting the Dusa with the Mars. You either go for like the all-in kill route, or just the straight-up harass the ET out of lane. And in that case, you're kind of giving the Medusa what she wants, but the ET will be a 7 position, so... I actually have no idea what direction either team's going to go. NIGMA did give mind control last pick last game. You know it's not going to be core ET. You're pretty confident it's pretty bad against Troll.
Yeah. Now that is not a lane matchup that is fun at all.
Venomancer? How crazy is that, man? For NIGMA.
I don't love the matchup against Troll most of the time, to be honest.
Really?
10 seconds
Yeah, just because you're
remaining.
short range, I feel like it can't harass the Troll as much as I want, and wards are more easily dealt with range.
They banned Darkseer.
Mm-hmm.
That was not who I expected to ban Darkseer.
Oh yeah, the Darkseer Ion Shell plus the Ember Shield.
That would
10
be quite the
seconds
scary
remaining.
pace of the game represented there, I guess. Seems like it'd be hard to penetrate
5
through that
seconds
wall
remaining.
to deal with the Dusa. No?
Radiant
Okay.
team pick.
Yeah,
Punking.
fine. I got a pun.
Sand King Willow, okay. It's actually pretty decent against Clock too. It's an offlaner that doesn't innately die to the battery assault cogs. So Snaking, we've seen him make a lot of early moves, no matter what lane he starts in. So I actually like that compared to a lot of the other options.
10
Think,
seconds remaining.
like Darkseer, Sand King, like whenever there's a troll pickup, I really want to have a
5
hero
seconds
that can just
remaining.
naturally farm the wave without being pelted forever by these troll right clicks. So like Sand King has his Sandstorm where he's invis and pushes in the wave, Ion Shell, Underlord, Firestorm,
You may
another
now
good example.
select your heroes.
The Doom.
What do we think about that?
Is that a 9 Doom? No, it's a 33 Doom.
Yeah, and they're gonna go the Yule's mid build for Mars. I don't know. Do you like Doom against Medusa?
I do not.
I don't think you do, right? Every single time I've played that matchup, I've just usually been frustrated that he got off Stone Gaze before I got off Doom, and my entire game plan is ruined.
So this is a Miracle Dusa. Probably just running it mid. We've seen him do it before.
So ILTW is an Ember Spirit player in the side lanes. Traditionally one of the many European carries that likes the Ember Spirit safe lane. You know, I said I liked
10 seconds
Enigma's draft more game one than I did Tundra's, but I think they even have
5
it better here.
seconds remaining.
I think the Doom is not the best answer to the Medusa. I think Miracle will have the space he needs to carry this game. I don't think the pace they represent is fast enough, and LTW's on a signature.
I will tell you, the stats do agree. Every time Team NIGMA lose first game of best of 3, regardless of if they win or lose the series, they always win game 2.
That was actually the whole reasoning for it, and you just kind of... I was trying to BS my way through that explanation, and I've been exposed.
I think for this game, the momentum of the Yule's Mars is really important, but I'm going to be watching for 33 and his impact, because one thing that Doom does represent is constant percentage-based damage, thanks to his Infernal Blade. So I think 33's game is actually really important in this one. If you're a strong Doom and can continue to run at people, you are just a constant fountain of damage.
All right, well, let's see if 33 can do it for the squad, because if Tundra win here, they are guaranteed forcing out tiebreakers for a chance to avoid relegation. Of course, we also like to see a third game, so perhaps we will, depending on if Team NIGMA work out their draft the way it should. We're heading over to Moxie and Fog for game 2.
I mean, who doesn't love tiebreakers? It's just more Dota for us to watch. But I know we're both a little bit surprised here with that 33 Doom. It felt like, you know, there's some other options there in the draft that they could have gone to help deal with this Dusa.
Yeah, I'm very curious what they're going to go for here. I guess it is, the concept of Medusa has changed from the past, where we used to see, you know, that you go for your damage items and stuff like that, and then Doom isn't as effective. But if you're preventing snakes from being casted over and over again, I mean, maybe that's what they're looking for. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be. I was very impressed with the way Tundra was able to set the pace of that last game and constantly just fight and battle. So yeah, definitely looking forward to see what they can do this time. And I'm looking forward to see this matchup in mid. I haven't seen a Mars versus a Medusa. I've seen Miracle a lot of the times in this mid matchup as this Medusa, but I've seen it mostly versus like intelligence heroes, where that's where the snake thrives at its maximum, so you can keep yourself at topped off. Yeah, we'll see. Starting with the quelling, so we can match that base damage versus the Mars as well. Yeah, we'll see. This is a cool approach here.
I mean, Miracle has run some interesting things in the mid with very interesting mindsets here. But, you know, with the 9 being on the Mars.
30 seconds to battle.
Feels like NIGMA set themselves up for like this super scaling lineup too. Like if they don't fall out of it early, they're gonna scale to incredible measures. ILTW Ember, it's a classic. This guy is one of the best Embers in the world, especially from safe lane, which nobody else really runs. He's one of the few players that loves to play it there. And they've got ET, and ET works so well when you are playing with these mixed heroes that do both physical and magical, like Medusa and like Ember Spirit in the later stages of the game. So yeah, this is going to be a cool one. I think it's a very different style than the last one, where that mid tower isn't going to be this insane 5v5 as often.
You say that, but
I think we're going to see more stacking. I think that's the key thing. Last game, I was looking around, there was like no stacks. Everyone just fighting mid 5v5. This is a game where I see sanking. You need to get stacks for this hero to get a good blink dagger timing. Same thing on the other side. For the troll, you want to probably get a couple of them going. But yeah, I think for the most part, we're going to see a lot more stacking from NIGMA in particular. We have a Medusa and a Sand King, so yeah, let's see. I'm going to watch mid mostly, because I'm not going to see this matchup too much. I feel like Miracle can just constantly poke him, but I don't see 9 being able to get really bullied out of lane either. And he is able to absorb damage pretty nicely as a melee hero versus this Medusa. That's on him.
I have a feeling GH will make sure that he's taking good care of that triangle, though, for mind control. So we'll see plenty of stacks coming out from them.
And okay, so they put the snaking clockwork as 4, so they actually have a really strong lane bottom versus stanking. I was wondering, are they going to put the clockwork down here since it is a stanking? No, they're not. So that stanking does have a much harder time in comparison than if he was versus clock, because there's a clock you can play around it with stun and whatnot. And he skilled the caustic right away, which feels kind of grim for mind control playing versus double ranged heroes. They can just both stay, Troll can just stay inside that range form. GH is priming the range creep so he can get the last hit. We'll get it. Trying to make sure that they don't get left behind in the experience department. If they hit 2, mind control might just die instantly as soon as they do.
Well, it's just so scary when you consider that you do have a slow, you've got that cold feet, you're going to be looking to murder as often as you can coming out from the side of Tundra. So
this is a really strong lane. Really strong lane from Tundra. Once the levels come out, we will see like mind control and GH able to maybe find kills onto Fada, but besides that, I think Skeeter's going to free farm down here.
That's very, very scary.
Yeah. On the other side, we do have this Ember Spirit who should be able to do some decent free farm as well, too. Depending on what we do see 33 find. We'll take a speed creep, eat away that whole camp. Also find himself a courier. Okay. And that's the Blightstone. Alright, so that'll be nice to take away.
Indeed, it often feels like, you see a couple of these teams that will kind of shift things around. Oh, 9 sitting pretty low here. Does have the bottle, though. Should be able to get right topped off as he's running his way over here. And that is one of the nice is the fact that, Medusa is still fairly slow when she's not got that Stone Gaze up and running. So should be able to actually go and deny both of these runes from Miracle. That's it. Over against battery assault. They just keep over here to the side. Okay, there's no mana left over here on Miracle. This is not looking good for me. He is going to fall to Snake King.
The King returns.
Does indeed. With the full drop though over here onto the Dark Willow. So it looks like Fada's actually going to survive. The GH perhaps diving just a bit too far.
And I think GH tried to salve in the Shadow Realm, but still had cold feet active on himself. So he loses his salve, he dies. Huge kill on mid. I'm surprised the Medusa went to go check these runes. As you said, 275 mood speed. 9 capitalizing heavily. 17 and 4. Did excellent in the matchup. And yeah, Snaking super active as we've seen him so much on this 4 position. Has Tranquil Boots now. So he's going to be even more active with this. And just be a nuisance.
I mean, he is one of my favorite clockworks to watch, as I have been following a lot of like NA and SA does, like him and Schofield on this hero. They do a lot with it.
Yeah, I'm a big Snaking fan, honestly. Former teammate of mine for ages. I've seen this boy grow up. He's killing it. That was an excellent rotation. The level 1 battery assault usually is not that effective, but versus such a slow hero like Medusa, yeah, beautifully done. Gets them off to a nice solid start, so it does look like they are coming out ahead in 2 of the lanes here. Ember is still free farming for the side of Team NIGMA, but very good stuff coming out from Tundra again at the start.
Grab another wave here, too. He's going to be able to hit all the The creeps he wants.
He's going to deny a whole wave away, too.
Oh, heck yes, he is.
So what are they going to do in response? ILTW, he's going to try dragging waves in between, too, doing all this funny business to get over here, because he doesn't want to lose out on all that XP.
To get the stacks have begun as well.
They've gone for a very greedy setup on Team NIGMA, so they have to go for these stacks. 33 will eat some damage here from the level 2 Flame Guard. This was a great play from ILTW, actually. To bring the creeps here, very heads up from him.
Are they going to be able to challenge these stacks that Snaking just threw together?
No, I mean, on the side of Team NIGMA, no. This is a more passive style draft, I do feel, from them. The only real aggression that's going to come out is from the Sanking Willow in the early game. And I guess
like
from
Dean has to kind of babysit a Snaking, making his rotation here. Whirling axes over onto Mind Control. He's got a Burrow Strike, though. It's going to be fine.
Super active, though. He's already set up 33 for success up top. 33's queued up Midas. I guess that's the planning around. They're going to just try to be very greedy themselves. You know, they see greed from NIGMA, they raise it with a Doom last pick going Midas. I mean, this could be that approach. This could be why they did it. Snaking also going to start scouting these stacks.
Ooh, there's quite a few there, too.
They know they know that this is the game that they're trying to play. ET stacking also the other jungle completely, too, as we see Kuroki doing that. And he's giving full experience to ILTW. So looking to play around probably the Ember Spirit playing super aggressive, so they're trying to give him as many levels as possible. Bada
is going to fall here to GH. Mind Control, though, is not looking too great right now. Does have a couple stick charges here. Snaking hunting, but Kuro will join into the throng here and make sure that Snaking cannot close the gap.
Very low level on this
They're
clock.
going back in. They're thinking about it here, looking for the stomp. Not going to be able to connect here, Skeeter. Okay, they'll follow up the Burrow Strike. Bramble's coming in. That should be a dead Snaking.
Quick early moves. Looks like we're going to have tri-lane versus tri-lane action down here since there's just that 1v1 up top.
You know, like they said, they want to be able to get those levels online here for ILTW. Because Dusa is, of course, you know, going to be playing a bit slower, wants to just go hit creeps, wants to hit these stacks.
Yep.
But the bottle service here in the middle lane, they'll go for the Arena. They've got no mana left over here on this Dusa. The TPs are coming out. Can they finish off Miracle in time? It's not looking like it's going to be good enough. But they'll keep flanking away. Snaking having to be careful. It's going to have to run out. 9 Curse Crown should block. The courier sitting over there. They need to move them fast. No, they're not going to be able to do it in time, so those raindrops are not going to get delivered.
Nope. Not quite having the damage. I think Snaking hits 3 afterwards, so he didn't have the level 2 battery assault. Perhaps if they had that, they could have actually gotten the kill, but very patient from Miracle with his wand charges as well. So first Mars ulti, not successful, but they at least force a lot of reactions. 33's about to hit 6, so with the Doom, they could set up for ILTW if they do get a sneaky play from it. And he's actually...
He's cutting...
find a
courier. Wait, no. It's a little bit too high.
He tried, though. Big brain stuff. As ILTW has hit 6, as we said, still has to worry about when the Doom does come out. They could just Doom him and run him down very easily with a battery assault. But
playing right here.
It's not 6 yet, though, on 33.
They do
Now he got
him.
it. Now he's got it.
There it is. Trying to beat there. It is. The Doom, the Cogs. This is going to be a dead Ember.
And he scouted them, too. He used
Yes,
his light. He scouted Snay, but he did not give respect to it. The Doom... I don't think he saw the Doom just tick 6-2 from that creep wave, so does get caught out from it again.
Super patient. 33 has been so precise
he is.
in this series.
And did he get the last hit? He did. So he's got Midas.
It's like they are going to be able to punish Fata over here. Peter joining in, but he's already dead, so he's going to back off.
This is going to be a very greedy game. I see a Battle Fury queued up on a Troll. I see a Midas queued up on 33. This is just all out greed. They're trying to match the greed because it's an Ember Deuce Accords with an ET, so and I think NIGMA might be able to punish it with the Sankin getting, if he gets an early Blink Dagger, which he's halfway towards. That, if they can play around with the Ember Spirit quickly, they could look to actually punish this from Tundra quite effectively.
Yeah, I am very surprised. I figured that they would probably want to go for the Diffusal, considering that they do have a Deuce on the enemy side.
But they are preparing stacks, or they were at least preparing some stacks for him earlier, so maybe that's why he is just so tempted to go for it.
Dire's middle tower
This is going to be a very greedy game. Yeah, it did feel like it when we saw the Medusa and all these stacks coming out.
Yeah, we were surprised that they didn't go for the 9 Tango and just get a Diffuse on him.
I was feeling it after we saw it this morning from Malik.
Yeah, we know that he plays one heck of a Pangolier, but...
Sure does.
You know, have we discovered why they've gone for 9-0 here, the Mars?
It is very effective overall. Anyway, like the mid lane, he is very comfortable on it too. He does love it. As Mind Control is very low mana.
And a prop? Not quite. Burrow strike up to the side of Snake King. He's waiting for him. They have vision. They have the courier over there. See you later, mind control.
This is going to be a very slow
Radiant's
blink, actually,
bottom tower
because he
is
doesn't
under
want to farm
attack.
too many more of these stacks. He's already taken the one big one, and it's actually blocked the secondary one. So this sentry now will prevent that Stanking Blink Dagger from coming online. So maybe they won't be able to punish. You know, if he's not able to farm this blink early, then they can't actually get aggressive as much as they'd like. And then that means the Midas on 33, that means the Battle Fury pickup on Troll will be effective in the later stages versus this greedy draft from Team NIGMA. So they've done it all for pretty precise reasoning.
No, it's been really fun to watch a lot of these teams throughout the DPC because, you know, the very beginning, we all saw what our predictions were saying, and a lot of these teams have really stepped up. We're seeing some really nice, clean Dota coming out from many of them now. Now we're running into, you know, crazy tiebreaker situations, potentially. I love it. You love to see it. You love to see a scene grow.
Yeah, especially with, I mean, look how much farm they're getting, and look how much mind control is, how far behind he's gotten, and also that one death on the Ember, it hurts a lot. Doom is back up. They can actually go for another one if the Ember just isn't careful. If they just sneak onto him from like a smoke or from a tree line, the Doom can just come out and kill him again. Very slow game it does feel like it's going to be for Team NIGMA, as they don't have a Stanking even farming well.
You say that, but I still feel like we've been seeing so many like little plays moved about the map. So it is a slower game in terms of, you know, getting the items online, but they're still trying to make these murderous plays. They do have this nice sentry ward over here, so mind control has to be very, very careful where he's stepping. Locked out here. Oh, they still have vision.
He's got to be very careful.
Right over to the tower.
Okay, he'll still deter the push and is slowly whittling toward that blink. I feel like Tundra's getting a lot more out of the map right now. Even though this Dusa is starting to work on these Ancients, it's just the Dusa who's farming. Ember Spirit is taking the harder lane, just giving the Stanking the free lane for the farm for the Blink, because I feel like they're recognizing too, like they need Blink, or they might just get overrun soon, and then the greed, of course, is just going to pay off if they're able to also pressure tower.
Look at this aggression too, coming out from the side of Tundra.
Ooh.
Not quite connecting over here on mind control, but pressure is on. They do have the Cardi.
Literal to throw them out because of that Arcane Rune. Rotation's coming in. The Willow is 6. 9. Could just go down if he's not respecting the moves. Party will scout out the side. I think it actually spotted 33 there.
Is under attack.
You have to be very careful, but the tower is
Fixed as
slowly
well.
chunking down.
That's slowly dying to this catapult. They tank it for the extra hit. Nice play by Snaking.
Dire
Tower.
structures
Very
are
nice.
fortified.
Lift.
All right, we are seeing the rotation now.
Got
W's here,
LTW.
they have the dust. Hook shotting in, just going to initiate. Immediately the cogs coming out. The slice is clear from LTW. They will be able to take down Snake King.
Nine's there, too.
9 is now left here, and they have the SP Center. They've got enough damage to take down this Mars.
Dire's middle tower
33 went
is
for the
under attack.
Willow. He doomed up the Willow and
Dire's
chased her
structures are
out.
fortified.
So a bit of over-aggression there from Tundra, but it does get them at least the tower, but NIGMA strikes back as well.
So just a little bit of impatience coming out here from 33.
What, throwing the Doom?
Throwing the Doom on the Willow, yeah.
I think he's just afraid also of just this. The Willow can probably just solo kill him. If the +1, the Willow damage is pretty ridiculous. So he does just have to be careful. And I mean, with the pace that this game is going to be, just dooming anyone for a kill, it feels quite value
Makes
for
sense.
33. As I mean, Midas is done. He's almost got BKB done.
Snake King getting that value shove over here on the side. Probably going to die for this though. Skeeter, 9 making his way over.
Hey, blast.
They're looking for it. Managed to connect over here. Mind control getting chipped away. ILTW. Of course, run now. Skeeter needs to be careful here.
Oh,
Follow up with the Bedlam. And of course, that Cursed Crown. Skeeter just overstepping. Just too aggressive.
ooh, and sometimes, you know, that battle transit does turn against you. It's very tempting to hit it when you see like this kill opportunity, especially onto his tanking, but it brings him up into the high ground, an easy setup for GH.
You have to be careful. They're making some slight mistakes over on the side of Tundra, and NIGMA is the type of team that does not let you get away with those.
Dire's top
But this Doom has a BKB, Moxie.
Oh
How
my
he's
word.
so farmed. He can pick and choose his targets now to at least go for the Doom. The Medusa is very farmed too, though, on the other side. We see they're enabling Miracle to the maximum here. Level 13 as well already. It's 12 minutes, 50 seconds. So level 15 talent is going to come out at one of the fastest times.
Definitely seeing nice stacks coming out here for Miracle. He's taking advantage of that. Father just trying to soak here in the bottom lane. Does have to be careful, but rest of the side of NIGMA are making their rotation now towards this bottom area. So might just behoove Father to perhaps leave.
Yeah, they've got the
Oh, look at mind control.
He's scouting. Yeah, he's checking behind the tower. They're all rotating down as well, too, to play. 9, he has a blink of his own in mid, but their Doom is not available just yet, so it does feel like they're going to ditch this tower. We'll go down.
Tower has
And Skeeter, he still is close to Battlefield, but does get slowed down. Very important. That one death You know, all these deaths do count, especially when you're playing versus a greed draft.
Cannot make these mistakes.
Radiant
But
are
smoke coming out
scanning.
now from the side of Tundra, hoping to
15
just
minutes.
swipe through here in this jungle, see if they can get a pick off, and they are lingering about here.
Let's see if they notice the BKB too. If they commit too many ults onto 33 before he pops BKB, it could be
Miracle.
big problems.
Hook
Miracle.
shot. Oh, that mindset though coming out from Miracle. Look at this immediately turning around a follow-up with that burrow strike, and Snake King is going to be the one that falls.
They were prepared for this move. 33, hanging on to the BKB.
I think this is
Dire's top
should be
tower
fine.
is under
Nice, but
attack.
okay, the BK
Forced.
speed does come out.
Ooh, big hit there. They see the BKB usage, also get themselves a kill.
Miracle's feeling very powerful right now.
Should. Does have to be careful being blink speared backwards, but
They need
will
more
step
damage.
himself away. Yeah. If he gets speared to tower, definitely can die. But yeah, if he is able to scurry away, he's okay.
You need like an ice blast, I think, on top of it, right?
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
is
very
under
farmed
attack.
already. Let's
Look
see
at
this
this.
Manta again. He sees him for a split second.
Bang.
Looks like he was going to miss it. Actually, almost got him into it.
Yeah, actually.
That was actually really close.
I
for the
thought that was
Manta
going to be
push
way
him in.
cooler.
Still keeping that Medusa to the top. We do see that greed from Tundra also paying off. They do have at least a net worth lead at the moment. Midas was used and Battle Fury's online. So still keeping up.
Yeah, you know, like you said, 8.9k net worth currently on Medusa. She's had these stacks, and that's just kind of the nature of a Medusa.
Yep.
But on the flip side of that, all 3 cores on the side of Tundra are sitting very nicely underneath that net worth. So
And Miracle is just so farm though.
Dire's
And
middle
15
tower
is going to be
is
hit.
under
So
attack.
that talent, that pesky 35% talent, already going to be grabbed. Watch, he takes attack speed. I'm just kidding. No one takes attack. Don't you ever take
Miracle
attack
just
speed.
trying to flex a little
No.
bit, you know?
No, that talent's just way too strong. So
You have vision over here on the side for Snake King. Trying to just farm up a bit more. Fanta again trying to soak.
Miracle's deviating. So this is what we were mentioning about versus that Doom. You know, the snake it's all about your snake build. When
Yeah,
you
he's
do
not
go
opting
it,
for that.
He's not going to go, which I think this is the right. This is what you used to do as the Medusa versus a Doom. You just build your own items. You build your Lincolns, your Manta. I mean, Lincoln's Manta, I'm sure some people in the past would be like, oh god, this build is atrocious because you
Yeah.
used to be the do nothing Medusa, but times have changed.
This is going to be a dead Fanta.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I should have stuck your nose in my business calendar.
This is a cool approach for sure. Playing his own game rather than going for Ags. Probably will still get it eventually, but
It's too
getting
good not
the early
to, right?
Yeah, it's getting the early one. You look at the point target spells. What are they on Tundra?
Dire are
There's like
scanning.
nothing besides the Doom and Cold Feet. It's very limited.
Eat it? No, I'm just going to poke a little bit at him. Well, the hook shot, though, might be able to get a nice cleanup kill over here. Oh, no!
It's just TPing out.
He's on out!
No spear to come in just yet.
It's a little
Fine.
late on that.
Had his blink on cooldown, I think, for like a quarter of a second still when he was getting closer. That is Lincoln's. I mean, this Lincoln's is going to be really good. The thing about AA too is like you're not going to walk into a Medusa to click cold feet, so you should effectively block out the Doom every time. Can they kill the kill? Get the kill without Doom?
No,
They can't.
they knocked him out of the ice blast. Actually, a little bit of miscommunication there, because I think if they landed that, definitely would result in a dead ILTW.
Yeah, and that Flame Guard talent coming into play too. The Flame Guard absorption bonus that we see everyone taking now ends up keeping him alive. And now they smoke themselves.
And now the ice blast is down. Now it's a chance to strike. Going up to the high ground here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Offense snaking though, looking to tank this gank. Control getting a jump immediately. They'll follow up with an ice blast over here. Mind Control taking a lot of damage, so he doesn't fall. They've already taken that Snake King.
He bites back.
Getting extended. Oh, look at this arena. He grabs pretty much everyone over here. They don't get the Doom off. He's got the BKB, and look at 33 just running through here, trying to click down over on the Deuce. Has to be careful though. The rest of his team can't quite get over there. Skeeter joining in here, does have the whirling axes. They'll still be able to take down 33.
But now Skeeter-
Well, it's a nice arena. It's just not yielding what they want here. 9 again, spearing over to the side. Nice stomp though, buys a bit more time. Here's what are coming in. 9 takes so much damage, and he is forced to run away. The Stone Gate is coming out. They've got so much. Skeeter pushes with that ultimate here. Still managed to take down GH. Another ice blast coming in. Hotlands over to LCW and Medusa. But they take down Skeeter. They need more damage. Good stuff coming out here from Girl on the back line. Some pro strikes come out. This is looking like a dead Snake King. The zip forward here, ILTW, he wants Fata, he wants to melt this Ancient Apparition, and by God he will. That's a team wipe.
Kuro, God, the stomps from the ET. I think when they do the initial spear, I don't think you can see it on the camera, but I'm pretty sure he stopped like 2 or 3 heroes when they're trying to chase forward to catch up to the Mars. Then he gets a secondary stomp on the follow-up, and that's pretty much all the ultis committed from Tundra, and they can't actually get the chase forward. Look at Kuro. Does slow them down, I think, in the next situation here. The stomp will catch Fada, and they can't actually chase forward.
And DH had a nice terrorize as well, just pushing everybody away. So again, you get this really nice arena, but you need the follow-up. And when your Doom's the only one who has the BKB.
Yeah, they can't actually get into him. Snaking, I don't believe, actually had the TP. It looked like because he actually walked out.
Radiant
these stomps. Super clutch. Still almost get Miracle, but, you know, that's an almost that could just cost you the game. As the Lincolns is now finished up, and Miracle, he's going just Butterfly next. He's just opting for damage. Playing his own game. Yeah, now it's, I mean, how do they break the Lincolns? Fada has to be in range to cold feed him, which just, it really feels like it never is going to happen.
They need to figure out something here.
They do.
This is a very powerful Deuce, and she's not even going the typical build.
Mm-hmm. Smart approach.
Why Miracle's one of the best players.
Gets a Pupil's Gift too. Look at how tanky she is. Pupil's Gift, most effective item on the Medusa. Double secondary stats. You don't need more damage. Infinite survivability.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Teleport's coming down to the bottom lane.
Nine
Here,
again.
mind control, opening up with the burrow strike.
Radiant's
Goes
top
for the
tower
arena. He's just going to
is
use it to
under
disengage, though. He does not want to get caught by all the rest of the team
Radiant's
here. They
top
drop the
tower
Ice Blast.
It's kind of lucky
No,
to get
there they
away.
go. They popped the Lincolns.
Oh, he takes a net creep. I was going to say, wait, what popped the Lincoln? So, okay, 33 recognizes it. Does see that Lincoln's is picked up, so we'll have at least that ability to break it himself. Yeah, the Manta and the Lincolns will be able to always prevent that because of the animation. I feel like 9 is very lucky to survive down bottom. If any rotation came just a little bit faster, he's just dead there, even though he does use Arena. Like, he gets very fortunate to scurry away there.
I mean, it's fairly low cooldown, right? So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's starting to feel like he drops the Arena and he's trapped with them, not the other way around.
Yes. Almost got BKB at least for survivability, at least versus all this magic damage, but as we've seen, the physical damage is the problem. Miracle standing his ground. DD on ILTW now too for the next push.
Vatas don't give up.
Dire's top
Despite the
tower
fact that we're seeing a
is
very
under
big
attack.
difference in kills, it's still just about, you know, less than 1k net worth
Radiant's
difference.
middle
A
tower
lot of that
is
net
under
worth, though,
attack.
on the Duke, so...
And it's a, can they kill the Deuce?
That is the question.
It's getting to that point already. They don't have any type of build to be able to do it besides just like the, I guess, the Infernal Blade damage, which will be the most effective one, the percent-based damage, but even then, it doesn't feel like it's enough at all. They don't have like any Diffusal build or anything for Troll. Troll's building his own items. He's gone for the Battle Fury Greed, which I know we've all said we do not like this build on the Trolls a lot of the time. As, yeah, Miracle just holding his ground.
I like the positioning that they're doing right behind Miracle, too. You know,
Radiant's
making sure
middle tower
Kuro
is
hiding in the
under
trees,
attack.
ready with the stomp if necessary. And Miracle
Radiant's
just takes the
middle
tower.
has fallen.
And ILTW deals with a split push because he has a Remnant down near his team, so he can come join them at any moment. And yeah, just swooping for tier 2s. They can take the outpost now themselves.
Right, well, they get a BKB now over on 9, but my concern is still, do you have the damage?
It really doesn't feel like they're going to have the damage for a long time. Like, Skeeter, he's going BKB, but it feels like he's going to be a full item behind. The Butterfly's going to be out when he has BKB, then it's going to feel like he needs MKB, and then another item's going to be out for the Deuce, so like a Scotty or something.
They're like an item or two behind now on the side of Tundra.
Absolutely are.
I don't know, I still would have liked to perhaps see that Diffusal picked up earlier. Just for the, you know, the pressure that they would be able to put on Miracle, but he's had so much space to farm. He's had so many nice stacks. And NIGMA, they will
Dire's
go
top
for
tower
a
is
smoke
under
play
attack.
here. They've got the double damage over on ILTW.
Oh, they're
and
faking
Skeeter's
it.
Here.
They're
Skeeter's
faking.
also here. Mind control getting the jump over on staking. He's having to tank the skank. He's got to get Skeeter out of there as fast as possible. ILTW is chasing after him, looking to try and grab. All right, that's going to be the Yules coming out. Mind control trying to get into position. Doesn't quite have that burst strike just yet. He's going to have the blink in a moment. Ice Blast will connect. It's like they'll back off.
That was like a little bit of a, they're like faking that Miracle has people behind him. He's hitting the tier 2 and they smoke all the way top. So that was just completely unexpected. Tundra's lucky to get out with just one loss.
They only love snaking.
Yeah, that was a really clever move coming out because they just like the Deuce is hitting a tier 2 by herself.
Yeah.
If they know that Tundra can actually punish it, but it's that little bit of a fake coming out from NIGMA. And yeah, about to be done. Miracle about to hit level 20 as well on top 2. Some ridiculous timings as he's been enabled completely by his team.
So what's the next timing coming out from Tundra here?
I'm starting not to really see it, honestly. Like, the troll is... He's going to be 2 full items behind, it feels like, because of this build. I'm not too sure what it's going to be. Like, fighting around Dusa is going to be pretty impossible, and I feel like NIGMA is not going to look to flank plays unless they really are around that Medusa.
And look at this. Look at the way that they're protecting her. Mine just hiding in the trees, doesn't want anybody to come find him here.
Takes the stone gaze duration, so same thing. Not going for the Aghanims build. I like the stone gaze because you can get the double stone. You know, people do face it twice. You get hit by it twice as well. And it just makes you run really fast for an extra 2 seconds, which is always really good on these Medusas.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Going straight damage. Daedalus next.
I mean, it's working out for sure. So, Miracle's adjusting here for
Radiant's bottom tower has
how he
fallen.
wants to battle, and it's paying off.
Yeah, I really think that he did. You know, I think this is just a heads-up play of if I get doomed, then I won't be able to spam Snake. But now if I get doomed, who cares? I just click. I right-click. Yeah, this is very smart planning. Still keeping it even on the gold for Tundra, but overall game state does not feel good for them.
No.
Is under attack.
Nigging hightailing it out of here. Does manage to just barely avoid those chains.
It's a 50-50 right there. 4 units,
Oh,
2
but
chains.
this is going to allow them to walk into this pit. And how do you force one? We do have PKBs picked up. We got the PKB picked up on 9, and we have it on Skeeter.
But they see the butterfly for sure.
So scary.
So it's just like, how do we bring down this Medusa? She's got to be isolated. You have to kill her team before you go for her. It's
And how
pretty
do you
much
do
what
that?
you have to do. Got to get some really successful Mars ult on like 3 heroes and then the A blast right on top, but not going to be easy.
Okay, smoke on smoke action. They're going to do a wrap around. Immediately, ILTW jumping over to the high ground.
They're swapping sides. While Miracle just continues to hit the Roche, but they're
Jump
scamming.
in from 9 immediately. The arena, they've got the beach. He's up there. Oh, they get the Doom up as well. Can they burn down the Medusa? It's looking pretty darn good. They actually finally take down Miracle. Earthspinner gets dropped as well. But these BKBs are coming in super handy now as they'll turn back around. LCW looking for the opening. Be able to take down Karo. And the epicenter just going to get pinned over here to the wall. Botson just clicking away. The buyback's coming out from Geldentine. Wants to get back in. Mind control will fall. And now it's going to be a bit of a fight here from 33 and ILTW. He does manage to find the kill.
That might have been one of the most impressive kind of moves of them just recognizing to be able to go. Because if they just get counter-initiated on, they might all instantly die, but they do it so quick. That was pretty sick there.
Oh, Spear, though, forward here over on GH. LTW sliding around.
Can they
Don't
do
want to give
anything
up
else?
this Roche.
No. Tundra needs to try to prevent this. The Deuce has gone still for 30 seconds, but they
He's
can't
leaving, though.
fight.
Oh, he can't leave.
He gets chained.
He can't leave now. Got the Curse Crown on him, too. He's just going to try to get off some of this damage, but eventually he does fall. Hookshot coming in, the first snaking. They're going to be able to take down ILTW. The stomp, nicely played here. Can they finish him off? Yes, they will. Does have buyback. GH trying to burn him down here with the bed land. They do manage to land the Ice Blast.
9 finish off GH if he can blink
No,
review.
he blinks forward. There it is. The blink rebuke. Like you talked about, Kuro now running away, but they do have the arena back up again. Looking for the stuff. The BKB coming out from 9. He just wants to get rid of him.
Wow.
Tower is under attack.
That was so impressive, honestly, from Tundra. What a fight. Just recognizing that they can just full out focus Miracle there. Now they're probably still going to get the Roche on the Medusa, but
Fata.
still a big fight for them.
Fata's most likely dead here. He's gonna click away over here. Mind control is gonna try to dodge the brambles.
Making him
But eventually they will take him out, yes. We have the shard picked up as well now for Fata.
9 wants to go back
He
in.
does.
He's going for the Deso build too, which I like. They need any type of extra damage they can to be able to bring this Dusa. But as we said, she is going to finish off the Roche anyway. Since they did lose the Troll, they're not able to actually do anything. She's going to try to steal him. No, not quite. And they will tip him anyway. That was still very, very brave of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but very, just perfect, honestly. I was very surprised that they were able to not get counter-initiated on. It caught NIGMA off guard.
It was just the mirror play, right? You saw them wrapping around each other, and it was just a little bit tighter on the side of Tundra. They saw Miracle, and they just chained those spells perfectly.
And we've been mentioning about item behind on the Troll. Medusa finds herself an Elven Tunic on top of the Evasion talent on top of a Butterfly. So really needing an MKB now for the next one. 33 with the bots, looking to still stay active, playing away from Medusa. They are strong. They are very strong when the Medusa is dead on the side of Tundra, because it is still all about that for Team NIGMA.
Well, I mean, you look at the net worth difference, right? Again, 18K on the Medusa. Next closest for them is LTW with 12.9K.
They are still triple scaling. That is the one thing on Tundra.
Yeah.
You know, they went for this full greed. Still staying in it pretty nicely.
I think if they didn't have those BKBs too in the last fight, Kuro would have just immediately stomped them. Very good realization again. Just a bit concerned about the fact that, you know,
there might be
damage is a little
under attack.
dodgy coming out from the side of
Dire's
Tundra.
structures are
But yeah,
If they're full
Gotta watch
rallied, around Miracle, that's where it tells you, you know, come at me. Because you could kill him alone, but when he's got the backup of his team, it does make a big difference.
Dire's top
They're gonna
tower
take the tier
has
2
fallen.
on the top.
They're gonna keep pushing. I think
Radiant's
9, he's got
bottom
Deso.
tower
He's thinking
is
about
under
it.
attack.
Skeeter as well.
You have Snake King has rejoined the rest of the team here. There's out the flare just trying to get any sort of information. Yeah, they're forcing it back home.
They are. ILTW, he's gonna come back. He's got the Remnant down bottom. But they push fast. Troll and Deso on Mars. They kill faster than the Medusa.
They are. They're backing off here. Look at the Skeeter with the BKB. Just going to teleport on out. He's feeling pretty good about that. And 9 is going to be able to do the same.
I mean, Tundra's just making heads-up moves. They scout also bottom. They see that the Medusa and the Elder Titan are still down here. The Remnant is still here, though, so they have to, you know, they're aware.
Yeah.
Still technically 3 heroes, and immediately we see the Sand King and the Willow just
Run
swing
back.
bottom. Yeah. So we're going to see probably the Mars and the Troll maybe run back toward top, but their TP's cooldown. So maybe a bit more reluctant to actually do so.
Very impressive.
nice.
Dota coming out here from Tundra.
Yeah, I mean, the strategical plays are phenomenal so far.
They're just making them respond. NIGMA know what they want to do, but
And he's slowing it down.
Tundra
Look at
also
this.
seems
Just
down.
rockets plus Vortex is clearing the wave.
they should be able to get this tower. Jump forward here coming out from GH.
Radiant's
Very
bottom
aggressive
tower
play here.
has fallen.
Secondary Lincoln's done. Now you need 2 different ways. Now you need to cold feet, troll net him, and then doom him up afterwards. Definitely tough to execute as the Rex is going down.
We need creeps.
They're coming back. We have Vortexes set up. We don't. They can't actually get in range to set up the Vortexes for Fada.
A little scary for him to go forward here. Eventually the creeps do arrive.
Radiant's
It's gonna be another
bottom
round.
barracks are
And they're
under
forcing
attack.
again, though. Like we said in the
Dire's
top
middle
fight.
tower
Yeah, they
is under
sacrifice it.
attack.
They want to try to get a kill while forcing, though. Is
Dire's
9.
middle tower
Not gonna quite be able to
has
connect.
been
Oh, well, they do shove ILTW back a little bit. And both of them, it just feels like a little game of peekaboo. Although, okay, Foster throwing out the ice blast does fall.
Was he trying to get a ward down or something? I think he's trying to get a ward so that he can continuously put out the Vortex. He does get one down.
Dire's
So
top
we'll slow down the push a
barracks are
little
under
bit, at least from
attack.
bottom.
This opens the doors, though, here.
Team top. TP's on cooldown.
Okay, we are seeing more people jumping in. There's the BKB coming out from Skeeter. He's just gonna teleport out. 9 also. They're looking
hangs
to
on to his.
He manages to hit.
He doesn't BKB TP. He gets greedy.
He's way too greedy. Now he's gonna BKB, but now you're all alone now. You just gotta use it to try to disengage. And look at this, they have blinks. They have ways to get out of that arena. Oh, this is a big mistake coming out from 9.
Big read there from GH2 knowing where he blink footed. He made it kind of obvious in the position where he did go. They'll get the rack, but yeah, 9 gets greedy and still has to use the BKB and dies anyway for it. Slip up there.
Dire
Still strategical
are
moves though.
Yeah, forces them all back. They have to go deal with it.
Racks for racks trade too. Still keeping it pretty close here.
Yes, so-
Giving time for Skeeter to get that item that he desperately needs versus this Medusa. He also has his own evasion talent, of course.
About to say, this opens up the jungle too. Mind Control getting
Double
very excited here. Gets the double stun, but GH is also here. Ice Blast gets tossed out. The Snake King might end up having some trouble here as ILTW is, of course, here. Should be able to chip him down. The hook shot just not going to connect.
Radiant's top tower is under
Took himself out
attack.
of it.
Valiant effort.
Yeah. That's what you tell your teammate, don't move, and then Fada's like, see ya!
I don't want to be here anymore.
Ain't quite, okay.
All right.
Refresher, okay. Whew, things are gonna get complicated here. Lincolns
Radiant's
versus
top
Refresher
tower
net
is full.
Dooms. They've gotta be crisp, they gotta be perfect on it with Tundra.
Skeeter's got to be careful here, though. Look at the way that they're moving on
Radiant's
him.
top tower
Got
is under
BKB, might be
attack.
forced to just use it.
Yeah, he BKBs. He's going to teleport out. It's not worth it to stick around here at this time. Not when you also have Miracle knocking on your door.
33's at the ready. As we said, the Refresher's online, so they do have ways to break the double Lincolns.
They're split, though.
They're split on
There.
NIGMA, but
Jump forward immediately.
Yes.
Pops Manta.
The evasion coming into play. The Infernal Blade can't actually connect.
And still, we're not seeing the shard or the axe picked up.
Nope. He'll get a free one. He'll get a free shard at the very least. Maybe even a free ags at some
Yeah,
point in
you
the
know.
game.
Right now, it seems like they definitely have this game in their hands. But again, less than 1k net worth difference.
Yeah, still very close.
Of course.
ILTW is
He's
scaling too,
creeping up.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's catching up very nicely here. 6-2 and 11, as we said. You know, his Ember is always one to watch in the later stages of the game. Almost has Ags as well.
MKB is indeed online, though.
Okay.
Perhaps this will make a difference. If they can survive long enough. That's the other thing.
Yeah. If they can either instantly kill the Medusa pretty much with the Doom target and just focus everything, or if they can kill the rest of the team and then isolate the Medusa. But both are very tough still here for Tundra. But they've been impressing. Very, very strategical moves coming out from them.
Very specific conditions on which they can take these fights. They have to be very patient.
So they have been. I mean, even like sacrificing Raxes, these are not easy choices that you have to do, but they've got measures to deal with even if they get like a couple Raxes down. This Troll with this Mars going for more damage build too.
All right, they smoke up.
Let's see what they can find. Ceremonial Robe also on 33. Great pickup always when you do have like Doom.
But you gotta watch out for that though, because the aura sometimes can give away the fact that you're smoked.
It most definitely can. I think they just pinged it. I think they know, actually, just because of that aura. The Medusa's, the illusion scouts it.
All right, well, we go for the hook shot then. The follow-up immediately spear. They're gonna go the BKBs. They get the Doom. They just take out mind control. And they should be able to go take out Medusa too. They can drop the lure splitter. And they just can't do enough now. Kuro and ILTW running for their lives. GH left over here on the side. Does manage to find the kill over onto Fata. They go back in again. They go for they refresh it. They do it right back in again. That is a dead ILTW. And Kuro, oh, Kuro, he's trying so hard to survive here, but he's just getting chased down.
Tundra is just so impressive. They get the vision for a hot second. Everything gets jumped and dumped onto that Medusa. Just again and again impressing with the fights, and that's where the MKB comes into play. Back the other way we go. Snaking just gets the jump, and just the BKBs in full focus. They tried to force staff and everything, but the full focus is out. They're able to just isolate that Medusa.
No, they're trying to. Okay, GH is trying to make some space here. Let's get chased down low, and we'll pay for it with his life.
We have revenged him.
Excuse's already in the base.
They're gonna lose potentially 2 sets here.
They don't have buyback on LTW, no buyback on GH. They will have the Elder Titan. Okay, GH does just manage to have it.
I think Tundra keeps going.
I think he
try to force the Medusa buyback. Yep.
Full Ice Blast coming in hot. 9 following up. Oh, it's a blink forward
but he's
here.
weird.
Still manages some stun over on the side, but this just opens it up more for them. GKB coming up from Skeeter. He wants these buildings, and he's not going to let Kuro put him to sleep on this one. Not quite able to finish it out. Oh, the jump forward. The 3 though coming out from Mind Control. Something terrible. BKB's come out, though. They immediately just blow up GH.
Such impressive moves.
Are scanning.
Got 0.2k gold on top too. They just got so many extra items from these successful pushes. That was a very
That's an
weird
interesting interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, you love these.
I mean, these are my favorite. This is
Like you and Brian, these are your favorite things to watch.
Well, because he gets speared, but it's like the glimpse thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The Sanking Burrow, its projectile always will move you into the position of where it's going, even if you do get like some other type of movement. Like if you get hooked or anything, you even might appear at the end. I think you appear at the end of the burrow strike if it's casted after. Like,
LTW.
time.
To be a bit careful here. They do not have the Doom, of course. 9, although follow up here. Nice play here from Mind Control, but the hook shot comes out from Snaking. Good stuff coming up from the world, though. They drop the splitter. They'll go, they'll try to hold them into place, but 9, he will crumble. As ILTW's looking over here, trying to get the kill on Snaking. Miracle running over as fast as he can. They're just gonna chase down Snaking.
Catching him.
Takes a while, but they eventually find the kill. And 33 just hides in the... He buys back too. Doom's gonna be up in a couple seconds.
I think it's because of Roche. He's buying back for that Roche. 9, 75 seconds for his. He might be forced to buy back too. They're out in the pit. Rockets and Ice Vortex already have plenty inside of there. No, they don't want to go through 2 lives of that Dusa, because they can kill Miracle once, as we've seen time and time again here.
The second time is a little bit more tricky.
Yes.
They have the vision. They can see them all up there. LCW joining in the fray. Hook shot, not quite connecting. 33 jumps in with the BKB, though. That could be very, very expensive. Force down forward, though. Follow up here from Mind Control. Nice stop and sleep over here. Look to just blow up Fata as Skeeter is forced back.
It's a costly one, too. Roche is up. If they're going to go be able to scout that on the side of NIGMA, I don't know if Tundra's going to be able to fight it now. They can keep scouting it, though. They do have the rockets. Taking the fight a lot more difficult. 15 seconds still on hook shot.
I think you need this Ancient Apparition. If you have any sort of hope to get in there. Yeah, they go. Use the flare. They see Roche is up. They see they're in the pit.
They got a blanket the outside now. Stanking on one side, Ember on the other to make sure that...
And the buyback. Here we go. Buybacks are coming out. They do not want to allow Miracle to have 2 lives. Skeeter. Taking a moment. The jump forward here from 9 gets a beautiful arena off, but they just spin over to the side immediately here as Skeeter jumps and gets the Kuro. Can they get anything else? So GH falling as well. The root into play. Jumping in here from 33 to get the Doom. Oh my god, the beautiful burst from Mind Control. It's going to be enough, though. It's not. They go, they take down Miracle. He's forced to
Got another Doom.
They're going in again. 33 waiting patiently over here is Soldo. Right back in. Skeeter fighting through here. More buybacks coming out. They're very unhappy with this. And Tundra eventually, yes, they will get Skeeter. They come back up again. Mind control might tick down. They do have the Aeon Disc over here on Fata. Nope, they'll break that Lincoln's, but it's a double kill for ILTW. So they're creeping around this pit. They don't have the AA though.
Buys bots 2 on the Doom, knowing that he has to just come back onto one of his teammates to be able to land the Doom successfully. He holds it though. He did not use the second one.
Look at that. There's Snake King. Hook shouting away. Has 9. We're waiting for him. What a bro.
Yeah. Who got the Timeless Relic? Who's carrying it? Saw they picked it up on, I believe, the Mars. The Roche is everything, though. They have to try to contest, but no AA for 50 seconds. We've seen every single thing is so crucial for Tundra's fight.
And they make this play. Another rocket tossed out here by Snake King. They're scouting. They have
Doom's
to find the
got
right
the
angle. Can they get in there, though? Is question. ILTW trying to be in the right position here, trying to break the smoke. 9 jumping again with the BKB. Again, they just go. They take it on. It's going to be 9 who picks it up. Miracle over here. They have that Lincoln, though. They're waiting patiently. They don't have anything else really to take it out. So looks like they're going to be able to burn down this Mars, probably. Yep, that's going to be the first life over on the back line. So ILTW, all right, Skeeter trying to get his way in. They go. They pop it off. There it is. The Doom again, and the chase is under. Trying to force him out. They have the Lotus over here on Miracle. They're going to keep him alive. He's going to fall. Mind control too, trying to get. Is he going to be able to survive their footer? Snake King. They turn around. Oh my goodness. They take it. They touch down. Skeeter 2 is just 9 against the 1 now. As he's going to get slapped and he's going to get slided.
They got the Deuce again, but the overwhelming damage from ILTW this time around with the aura from ET, it's too much. They're doing such a good job of focus-fying Miracle, but there is other heroes still in this thing. As we see the splitter, the ET actually does the most damage for the team fight. And now it's just the AA versus the world. Fata.
Yeah, Fata is like, no. Oh no, he found me.
I got A on this.
I'm gonna try to use all my spells. Oh, the Yule.
But I'm dead.
The Ice Blast is back. Get off the top and just try to put some damage out, try to force them out, and eventually, though, ILTW.
He's buying Deso. He's going to end. He knows that nobody is going to be alive right now. Couriers. They're looking for what? What are they looking? Did you hide a gem somewhere or something?
I don't think so.
Are they cutting?
Are they gonna try to cut?
What is? Are they?
They're actually drawing them away.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
No way. I mean, one will die.
Yeah.
But the
look
back
at
door is active.
Delay.
Oh my God. This is
Dota. This
brain.
is Dota in 2021, guys.
This is big brain stuff here. Like, who cares about the couriers? I wonder who's yelling. I wonder if Snake King's like, send the couriers. Or if it's 5 of them.
I don't know.
They'll lose 3 of them. Bought some time, but I don't think
it's enough time. You know, Snake King and Fata, they're going to be up and, fairly soon. But I don't think they can do enough to force them away from this.
They need the card.
Fortification, though.
The glyph. Cardi's, they're coming in.
Coming in.
Dire's middle
Crowd's already setting a position.
Radiant's middle
They start beating down their own buildings, but
they push so fast with this Deso.
they got to make some real big brain plays here if they want to try to do anything. They drop the brambles.
Radiant's
The rest of them are coming in too.
Look at this mind control.
And Medusa in 15.
I don't know. I don't think they can defer this any longer. Yeah, look at this. Even drop the Terra. Just stay away. Stay in your base. Let us finish this game.
They're ending it.
Hold. Stop coming out. Curl, Ice Blast tossed out. Hook shot forward here from Snake King. He's going to try to make a play, but look, they're just focused on this Ancient. They don't care that Snake King's jumping around over the back lines. There it is. What a game.
That was what felt like NIGMA had good control of the game because this Medusa's so far, but my God, execution from Tundra on another level today. This was some super impressive stuff from them. Even though they lose the game, like, I'm sure NIGMA's feeling sweating in their boots too. The way that they're constantly getting onto Miracle, taking these successful fights where it feels like this Deuce is too farmed. That was a really exciting game. I love when you see these type of just crazy approaches of smokes, like just recognizing that they can go for the kills, but it's not only just about the Deusa. The Ember was starting to get farmed, and ET in late game, can't forget about this damage manipulation that I know the panel is definitely going to talk about.
I know that's one of your favorite heroes to watch, especially. But yeah, the execution coming out from the side of Tundra, just beautiful, super precise, and in the end. so tanky. Faza again going to fall. Not tanky at all.
Radiant's middle
As
tower
Snake King, he
is
just
under
can't
attack.
connect with the Gale. He can't quite get there. They managed to apply that poison sting over
Dire's
to GH, but
structures are fortified.
not going to be able to go beyond that. They see mind control, but where's your stuns?
Yep, no
Where are your
stuns.
stuns?
We don't look for the stuns for the side of Tundra and Miracle.
Oh,
he
he
makes
gets
the
the
move down. We'll get the stack and we'll find himself a neutral item. And 9, that's the first RP used. Not going to get anything. And he's going for the full greed build too. He goes for max in power, so it doesn't mean you damage those weaker. Very well. Let's build it. Do you want name?
Radiant's middle
Neutral
tower
item.
is
And
under
9, that's the
attack.
first RP used. Not going to get anything. And he's going for the full greed build too. He goes for max in power, so it doesn't mean you damage those weaker. Very well. Let's build it. Do you want name? Nature's puts up tap to lots of potential. Team NIGMA.
No one is ever showing up completely alone.
No. And yeah, like I said, feels like a pretty miserable game to play the AA in. I feel like he's just gonna
Not
die
bad.
to just like a haunt and then a random like rocket in a combo. Something's just gonna kill him.
Oh dear. In this case, it could just be Miracle.
Could be.
Mosquito is here. They could try to make the pincering movement. Yeah,
Miracle's
get a
very
couple of
deep.
clicks here. They have the Omni Slash. Follow up with the Shockwave. Do they have enough damage? It's been coming out. Oh,
They got
yes,
him.
they'll be able to take down Miracle. Now they're going to hold GH over here. Can they get off enough damage? It's not looking too good here. Mind Control clicking away over here on Mosquito. Can he
Taking
finish him
some
off, though? Oh, the zip through it. They're going to be able to burn him out.
They
Yes.
got him.
They get, but take.
It's expecting that big burst damage, as we mentioned. You know, the Ava toss combo plus that Wrath of Nature will get the jug, but they will be able to secure their farm of these ancients for 9. So he's going to be super farmed on this Magnus. Also gets himself Possessed Mask, so he's kind of the carry now at this point for a little bit. He's going to go Echo Saber too, like the build.
Feels like a very greedy draft coming out from Tundra, the way that they're itemizing. Is this going to pay off?
It's greed versus greed. We've got Spectre,
This
Phoenix,
keeps
Furion.
happening.
It's super greed on one side versus another very greedy draft with good team fight. So could potentially have some very long games if we do get to those points, and that's where it gets to the fun.
So when we get to items come out.
Got it. No. Has been.
All right. Well,
Not bad.
Miracle and ILTW sitting pretty neck and neck here in terms of that net worth, but slightly ahead of it as a Magnus would, who has maxed out the Empower, sitting on top with the 5k.
Yeah, and the greed, at least in experience, that's what happens when you run this jungle Venomancer. You're not punished so much. 4k XP lead. That's pretty massive at 10 minutes. You don't usually see that too often.
Can they make anything with it, though, is the question.
Farm.
Oh, by God, they're doing that.
Farm more. Stacks, Empower, Anchor Smash pulling into neutrals as well. We see
Kuro?
33 maximizing. Kuro.
Sitting on the back lines here. They do have the nice lane ward, but already Skeeter just going to leave.
Still one mirror after that death. He's still giving himself the brooch with phase laced, one of the best combos you can get besides Fairy Trinket on a Tiny. Very speedy. And he needs to be speedy, as we mentioned. Veno can be very annoying to play against, even pre-blink.
Snake King makes his own rotation up here. They do have the Ice Blast. 9 has
Nice
haste.
haste.
They see mind control. They want him. There's going to be the swoop forward here. They'll immediately. Falling. And now 9, he's trapped in the trees. He has no. one shining light here for Tundra after that fight is that they aren't able to just immediately run spit. Now it's up. They do have
No, tied,
buybacks.
50 seconds.
They do have some ultimates.
He's scouting it. They still have the RP. They still have this very big jug.
They have very nice ward vision over in the side of...
Oh, yeah, this one didn't get taken out.
Yeah, they still
High ground ward on the Dire side did not get taken out.
do have the ward, though, over here as well.
Both teams do have vision of each other's side a little
Very
bit.
important. Mind control just continues to shove out the waves. G just sitting around here. Skeeter walks into the pit.
He didn't see him, though. That's the spot. He's in the
Oh my God.
little smoke,
Oh God.
little hidden spot inside the Roche pit that you can hide in. I think he saw the ceremonial robe on him, too, and he's like, what? Where is he?
Flashbacks to like the Beast Coast game where Whisper just narrowly misses
God.
Roche back and forth.
That was heartbreaking to watch. Illusion Rune picked up on ILTW. This is actually a big one. Miracle actually passes him off the bottle. So we've seen how effective, you know, just this desolate damage can be. Also, just versus a Juggernaut Omni Slash, more illusions. Will be the Dream. Will continue to push up bottom. And Tundra continue to look at the pit. Skeeter's gonna start threatening it.
There's just so much that they can throw into it, though. It's very, very scary.
They know hard to slow down, though, so they're trying to kind of force this here.
The Ice Blast tops out, trying to get vision.
Dying fast. Skeeter hits hard.
Got the dash. Got that,
Coming in.
TH.
Gotta get themselves.
The illusions. Again,
Watch out for the steal.
dagger getting tossed out. Yeah, they're waiting. The hook shot forward here from Miracle.
They find
Can
Nine.
finish him off? That's Nine. No, he does. He still has the BKB. He's absolutely fine. He's already with the RP. Then they go right back in. 33. No, they take down GH. This rope is sitting very, very low. He's having difficulty here. He needs someone to come bail him out. He's gonna try to use the gush by a little bit more time. Fata's here. Everybody's grouped around this pit. The egg goes up, but they're just gonna be able to walk away.
Is he gonna try to secure Roche with that?
They're gonna. It feels like they're gonna go right back in again. The Ice Blast coming in
Right on top of them.
land on all of them. They fall off. They're deep as he goes, and it's still gonna be ICW who picks up that Aegis, but he's tanking all of this damage over on the back lines. He is gonna fall. Mike Troll also die. Now Miracle's gonna get chased down by Skeeter. ICW is coming right back up again. He uses the Hawk. He's gonna try to create some sort of confusion. Try to make it out alive here. 33 is getting bullied by Troll on the back lines. Mind control. He bombed back. As did Miracle. They're going right back in again. Look at this damage. Mind control. He's bringing around here. They're getting to everybody here. Oh, they take him down. Yeah, Lines eventually will fall. Miracle didn't buy that. Skeeter, though, he's still alive. The swoop in. They're gonna try to get the final hits off over to Skeeter. Can they do it? They've got the thunder. Yes, they'll be able to find it. And Miracle now just trying to throw out some trees, trying to make some distance. Many buybacks coming out here. Nine, he's looking. Can he get his hands on ILTW? It's not looking
The
good enough.
A-blast?
But the A-blast, is it gonna come in? It can
They got him.
They get him. They get ILTW.
Oh my God, that actually might make it pretty worth it there for all their buybacks. Just getting that big kill on the Spectre. He still has his. So does Skeeter. Okay, so Aegis was. Spectre. I heard a cheese. I didn't see who got to use it.
There was
inside
a
of the
lot
fight.
happening during that
So
fight.
cheese was used by the mag. Okay, so he was able to steal that one.
No, he's got the Icarus dive. But the pressure's on now.
If 33 didn't get mini avalanche there, they're all dead. The mini little avalanche stuns allows them to get BKB off and actually even pick up the Aegis on ILTW. That was kind of the biggest difference maker inside of all of it, since ILTW almost lives throughout the end of it. And Kuro getting the snipe on Skeeter. Chaos. Absolute chaos inside these fights.
Just had the eyes on the prize the entire time.
I cannot believe how dead even game this still is at the 36 minutes. We're less than 1k gold lead. What's our experience looking like too? Pretty much the same thing. This is just beautiful Dota from both sides.
You got a full Satanic online now.
out of tips.
Time.
Yeah.
It's gonna give him the extra dispel. It's gonna keep him more survivable in these fights.
How's our buyback status looking?
Almost everyone has bought back at this point, honestly. Spectre still has it.
The two
So
big
Jug.
fours.
Those are the two big ones.
The two big fours still have it, so.
AA and Phoenix, which are also very, very important, especially the AA. Because that ultimate is just so valuable.
Yeah, we did see Kuro also with the egg, right? He used it as like a zoning tool,
Yeah.
so
Scanning.
pretty important one that he will also have that buyback. Almost as refresh on Kuro as well, level 22. Did get a lot of levels, of course, for killing off Skeeter. He's the same level as Miracle now at this point.
We do get the Ag Shard now over here on Kuro. They're doing a lot of hunting. They're trying to get as much information as possible, but look at the way that Tundra's grouped up here. They're playing this very, very carefully. They don't want to get picked off.
One fight could just be the big decider.
1k net worth difference between the two teams. Oh my god. Minotaur Horn, fantastic item here.
Yeah, 9.
So necessary.
Extra little mini BKB to deal with all this craziness inside the battles. ILTW, almost 25 on the Spectre. How's our Jug? is left behind. Skeeter is quite far behind in the level department at the one side there for Tundra. So he's only 22. So Spectre will have a pretty big
Dire's
window
bottom tower is under attack.
at level 25, and also
Dire's
potentially can also buy
structures
back
are
and jump into the fights easier.
I mean, we said at this point too, nine is basically the carry currently. He's just such a big, tanky person. He's got plenty of damage here, enabling everyone. But they just have it.
Skeeter commits his gold, so he will not have buyback for the next fight. He's committed for the little for the Aghanims, so he's got that little secondary Omni Slash.
How do you feel about that?
Could hurt them. Spectre having buyback they might be feeling like they need to go all in soon because of that Spectre surviving and keeping her gold so long inside that last fight.
Level 25 hit now. Mind control uses the RP. He's gonna try to burst down here as best as he can. 33 is also here, so that will be a kill on mind control, and he does not have buyback. Look at the follow-up here from NIGMA, though. They immediately teleport down. Smoke is up, though, over on the side of Tundra. He's gonna be looking for this opening. 33, Spider legging forward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not a verb I ever thought I'd be saying.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They have to be very careful in their positioning. Skeeter is going to show, and again,
Radiant
does not have buyback.
The rally behind him.
They're moving away, though.
Dire's bottom tower
9 creeping over here on the tree line, too. Waiting to jump on anyone who dares to show themselves. They do not have the RP.
Look what
though.
mind control's doing too. He pulled the mid creep waves. Look at these trains. Look at mid. One train here, look at up top. The other one, it pulled the whole wave up here. So he's trying to buy time. They know they need mind control to fight. This is just this clever creep manipulation as Tundra is going for this secondary racks.
They're all standing over to the side. They don't have any vision. They just shred through that first tower. Throw out the ice blast over onto the creep wave. They did fortify it. There's a lot of damage though here. Miracle will reveal himself. He's just going to try to get some of these creeps eliminated. Maybe with the shockwave.
Dire's bottom tower.
They're accepting. They're just letting the racks drop. They're seeing how important mind control is. Drum is popped even to swoop toward top. Snaking is saying, go team, go. Go for the last set.
The Shadow Blade online too here from Miracle. Okay, LTW is going to teleport in them. The avalanche.
Skeeter almost has the gold for buyback now off of this push here.
Dire's
Big.
top
Very,
tower.
very big. They're looking for this opening here. They do poke a little bit.
ILTW doesn't have buyback.
9 GH over onto the back lines, trying to separate. They do have the separate, but they follow up again. They have the BKB over here on GH falling. It's going to be another avalanche blast out. They'll fall right back in. Again, do they have enough damage? Though they finally managed to take that 9. There's the rest. Not yet. Over on the side. They take him out. The follow up. ILTW. He's stuck in this. He's stuck in this miracle. He's not going to take that ILTW to take that miracle. The buybacks are coming out now. Mind control running for his life as they're just chipping away on him. And over here, Skeeter barely staying alive just by the skin of his teeth. He did have, of course, that switch lasso. He's going to be able to make it. Fata, even he will be allowed to walk out mind control. Mind control ticking down.
They got the megas though, and they all instantly turn for the egg, no hesitation. Pop the drum charges, everybody focus fires it. This is so impressive again from Tundra. 14k gold lead. NIGMA unable to take fights. 9 just too tanky. They get the Ravage follow-up, and then as that Ravage is going on, absolutely everyone turns and hits it. Tundra just continuing to impress all day today.
I mean, this is what happens when you have these consistent matches, when you're facing up against some of the best teams.
That's amazing to watch.
It's actually such a joy, honestly, you know?
Yeah, I mean, these mega creeps coming in. Miracle's dead, no buyback.
All right. Do get some more of these items. Looks like the Timeless Relic is found now.
Fight's looking hard. Fight's looking real hard. You'd think they'd be able to win them with all these, with the Haunts causing chaos and the Phoenix, but it still just hasn't been able to. As you know, of course, we see a leveler here for Skeeter, so more attack speed, tougher for the eggs to be successful. And Kuro, who got an Aghanim so early on, they've been able to focus fire this egg time and time again.
It was a gamble, and it doesn't feel like it's paying off, unfortunately, especially when you consider the fact he tried to go for that save, but... Very interesting indeed.
Invisibility.
It finally happened. Fata, finally.